I've been tripping on you. Make I show them who the real is.
Yo, what's up, y'all beautiful people? This your boy, Kofi Jamal. This is me, this is you, and this is the culture. Risk on your TV today and watch my music videos on Free Music TV. We out here. Keep it locked.
Always with a swag like Pat. Go get your money, then you fall right back. Yeah, I did got to this. No killing somebody. Say you go. If I spray you this, my money. I did got to this.
Hi guys, this is Bayani. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. You can scan your TV to watch my music videos on Free Music TV. Yes.
Say you go. If I spray you this, my money. I did got to this.
Feelings, I'm in my feelings. There is something about you, you bring me healing.
Hey guys, it's Sina. So this is me, this is you, this is the culture. Please scan your TV to watch my music videos on Free Music TV.
When I see, oh your body be my medicine. I'm addicted with the way that you hold me down.
Are we on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Microphone check. Lights, cameras.
This is swanky. This is lifestyle. This is culture. Welcome to the social center of everything culture.
Well, with just a blink of an eye, and guess what? Monday was just done, and we are back again here, and it's Tuesday, and we're in for another ride with you straight till 10 a.m. Welcome to the biggest morning show, making the biggest waves. And you know what? Thanks to all of you who are showing us massive love each and every day, you know, with the reactions, the conversations, you know, the critiques, the criticisms, the encouragements. We like all of it. It's a mixed bag of all the emotions you share with us. At least it puts us still at number one. Thank you very much. My name is Jay Foley, and you're welcome to Culture Daily, and my job is done. Now I can hand over to Cyril and Miss G.
What's good? Culture Squad.
Hey.
You are looking good, Miss.
Thank you. You guys are looking good as well.
What's his name? Don't
So I thought you were actually coming to do an introduction, you know, like, you know, welcome to the show as well.
First things first.
But you've already welcomed the people.
Wonderful viewers already know what we're about. We're bringing you everything, lifestyle, entertainment, trends, you name it.
Wait, but he already did the introduction.
The biggest trend right now is in front of us. Let's discuss the main.
What's the trend? I thought we're going to wear our replica jerseys, you know. Oh,
let's talk about the knacking. Look at the heels.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh.
Charlie G, take it easy for us, please.
You people are wearing sneakers. Look at the sneakers.
Oh, this is small shoes we are wearing.
Hey,
please have mercy on us.
You are what I was going to say, you have mercy upon.
You have mercy upon.
Anyway, so like we said, yes, you're welcome to the show. We're going to spend the next 3 hours with you, and we have big conversations. Yesterday, we did the first part discussing and reviewing Sarkodie's album. It was an album release over the weekend, you know, all the way from Friday till Monday to Sunday. And Sarkodie, Wendy Shay, as well as Kwabena released albums. And we did major reviews on Sarkodie yesterday. We are going to continue the conversation this morning with Wendy Shay and Kwabena as well. The numbers are very encouraging. We're excited about it. You know, let's push more. Let's listen to it the more. I was discussing with Cyril earlier on that I think that ever since Sark released his album, That Gonna Trends as well, we had interviews with Kwabena and Wendy Shay pending theirs as well. I think songs like Buga have not gotten the attention, you know, we've taken a part of it like that, and I know you like that, you know. Yeah.
The cough has gone.
The cough is gone, eh?
We took some
the mixture worked.
Yeah, and I mean, we like reactions like this, you know, when we all show that patriotism and support towards our music and our culture, we push it as it is. So thanks to these three great artists who have made, you know, their albums a conversation in recent times as well. Let me say good morning going on to Trigmate. Yesterday we had a good conversation. He says he has his new album coming up. Yes, a big whisper in there.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah, he's working
At least
on
he
it.
also features on Kwabena's Famisa. I think the title of the song is Focus.
Yeah. He says, Jay, you would understand. Jay, I know you would understand this album. I need you to be part of it.
I can imagine Trigmatic telling you that with all the keche and the skirmish wishes and all the
My
way.
brother is a very emotional guy. He just leave us be.
And I can say he's also a certain different alternative artist. He's alternatively alternative, you know.
I like the fact that he went into his zone and became an artist.
Yes, you know. Yeah,
there was a
became an
transition. If you are
artist.
close to Trig, he was doing music, studio beat song, but there was a point where he stopped for a second and then decided, you know what, I want to do art. I want to talk about high life vibes. I want to get a different kind of instrumentation. I want to find different resources to create my music, different collaborations. He's more entrenched in the art of it now. So anything he puts out is definitely intriguing to listen to.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
Well, it's going to be probably end of year album releases and
Okay.
preparations. We're excited about that. Let's see.
For
now
Christmas, huh?
I'm telling you, it's become competitive. The space has become really competitive and also strategic. So now I feel like artists, when they're now going back into studio to go and work, they are really now thinking again, like, okay, what kind of album should I do? How should I do this? You know, I'm happy for Yao Talk. I think he realized he's got an audience in the UK as well. So, you know, in his recent jam that he put up, I think he shot the video in the UK.
Okay.
You know, and he got his drill. I think he knows his space. After he did that collaboration with Kwesi Arthur and Stormzy, you know, he took a downside a little bit, you know. Where
I think he said he had some spiritual issues and
He was trying to settle in well.
Yes, trying to settle in well. Another person I'm hoping that he'll also get back some massive attention will be Ekoso hitmaker
Kofi Jamal.
Yes, he's a great artist.
I think that if we pay attention to the Famisa album, those guys really did something great. I've forgotten the title. I think EMP or EP, it's something around, that's the title.
I confess, I've not heard that.
Oh,
I've heard some songs.
It's like a hip-hop feel. So he has Kofi Jamal, he has Yao Talk, he has Kwamina MP. Kwamina MP comes back to do what he did with D Black's Enjoyments on kind of feel on that track as well. So I think that they gave it a hip-hop kind of feel on this. I hope that they are able to leverage on some of these collaborations and get themselves back into the conversations before Christmas.
Before Christmas. I mean, 2 years ago around this time, Kofi Jamal was enjoying Kofi Jamal Yao Talk and is a Kweku Flick. We're enjoying some massive airplay across the clubs. You know, our top artists were dancing and jamming to their music. The likes of Wizkid and all, you know, shared videos of them enjoying the.
I think that was because the year of return also was rife. That time, and so we had a lot of foreigners in our space, and there were a lot of parties. And these songs, like you're saying, were the ones that you constantly hear.
The DJs held them down massively. I think they need to.
Give that.
I was just about to ask whether they also hold the DJs down.
Well, yeah. Culture Daily.
But talking about Kweku Flick, I don't know, I haven't heard it though. I hear he has a song for the Black Stars, and people are complaining about the Black Stars theme song. People say it's a Christmas carol. I've seen conversations around it. I haven't taken my time to fully appreciate the song.
I tell you.
For sports director, I think it's bad that I've not listened.
Maybe your producer will put it on maybe later because it was just launched or unveiled yesterday.
No, let's review it first.
Twitter is a place, it's a judgment board. Okay, Twitter is a judgment board.
It means that you'll be following the conversation,
eh? So when you have a product and you want to get
the honest, dirty, painful truth.
Go to Twitter. Facebook would give you a corporate complaint.
Okay.
You know, TikTok would dance with it.
Whether it's nice or not.
Instagram, they'll tap twice and scroll.
They'll tap twice and move on. Or we just don't tap at all.
You post something on Instagram, you're on fire, crap. People, oh, cute.
And they're going to put fire emoji.
Yes.
When somebody dies, they put fire emoji.
But if you want the real language, be it abusive or showing you love, go to TikTok. And that's
Twitter, rather.
Yes, Twitter. Sorry, Twitter. They would tell you.
Tell you like a mirror.
I heard the song as well.
Yes.
I mean, I was focused on the video. The visuals were nice.
Leave the song. Let's get back to the song.
Since this is a music show, right?
Let's get back to the song.
This is a visual music show. So I want to speak more on the visuals, you know, before we come to the song.
Didn't it come together with the
song is artistic. Okay, so this
you are being political right now.
Very.
That's what I was
expecting. It's being Facebook. No. Bro, Twitter it.
I was thinking that I was going to get a song that was like John Mahama's campaign song last election.
What was it?
John Mahama. You know.
Yeah, typical call and response kind of.
Yeah, it was a Jama vibe. So I was expecting a song like that would move, but this is more music.
Very corporate, like.
It was music.
I don't know how they're going to be, clapping their hands and, like you're saying, having the jama with this kind of song. I don't know what went into it, but like you said, I also read some of the
Which
comments.
one is this? Kento's band or what?
I don't even know. I don't think.
Kento's band, yeah.
Oh, that's what the composers are called.
So the thing is that it's not a bad song. It's just my expectations. But it's not a bad song. It's music. It's
know
nice.
what somebody
It's lovely.
said? I said I've not appreciated the song enough. Is the snippet I saw on Twitter that I have listened to, but somebody said, like for take flicking on like that. That was well off me. I was like,
it's artistic. I know, right? But anyway, Ghanaians, it's artistic. It's artistic. It's lovely music. So shouts to the band that produced the music as well. And let's go for our song of the day. Let's jump to that one first. As you know, there was song of the
What?
day.
It's plenty.
Abundance.
Well, it's from Burna Boy. Let's go check it out. Right? Yes, I must be right on that one. 2022 release. It's a jam. Now, Burna Boy is just having a very good time, if you ask me. He's built a lot of audience around the world for himself, and he's booked to perform in Ghana. I don't know, it's still Afrochella or Afrochila or Afrohila.
Let's stop at Afro.
Afro, right? Afro. But it's going to happen still, right?
Yeah, it's going to happen. They haven't stopped it yet. Despite the injunction and the brouhaha and DZ and all that. They've had a rough...
But I haven't seen
walk,
much publicity about it. I think they've gone on a hold because of
Have
the name.
they?
Yeah.
Weren't they just in South Africa how many days ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago they were in South Africa activating. Remember with Black Volta and co.
And the Stonebwoy even
Stonebwoy,
went,
Stonebwoy.
yeah.
That's South Africa, Afrochella,
Chella.
South Africa. But the Ghana still hasn't been...
The issue hasn't been published. The resolution to the issue hasn't been published.
Oh, I see.
I mean, we saw the lawsuit and the issues, but there's no follow-up yet. So we stay tuned. Maybe they've...
But is the billboard still up in town? You know, for those of you who are in Accra, probably we just update you on that. There were some billboards in Accra, and they're still up.
It is.
Anyway, so that means that we just changed the CH to KYE, and they can't do jack about it. Then we drop our...
Oh yeah, that sounds even Ghanaian.
I'm telling you, there's nothing they can do about that one when we change it.
Wow, that sounds Ghanaian.
Afrochella. Yes. Anyway, so that's Burna Boy with plenty. But this song as well did very well. Let's go check out the trivia coming up next on our screens.
Won the match.
Starting with who?
All of them.
Starting with Ben.
So what we need to start doing is start
Ben has
writing
confessed.
articles. Ghanaian superstar Wizkid set to perform in Ghana.
You
Wow.
want us to spend the next 50 years in court?
I tell you.
No.
But what is interesting, yesterday my friend and I
what
were
can
speaking
we do?
about, this Ghana-Nigeria thing, and he was saying that, what we could console ourselves is that we always be there when it comes to football, and that's how come we'll be playing at the World Cup, but they'll be singing at the World Cup, so we should console ourselves with football.
I think we should just smartly give them dual citizenship. Quick. And then we can say...
I think they want it.
Yes, and then we can say, maybe like this December, all Ghanaian superstars will be performing live in Ghana. Then we list them. Nothing.
Then 30 minutes later, we get a lawsuit.
You know that.
by email.
But they appreciate our market. It tells in their songs. Recently I was telling you guys that almost all the Nigerian songs I've heard of late has mentioned Ghana, says something that is Ghanaian. Everybody seems to be appreciating this market. Maybe like we have seen in this, he's doing 29 here, he's doing 39 in his own country. I was going to say home country, in his own country. And so it tells that we are pushing them even more than their nationals. So that's how come you hear them say something about Ghana every time. Maybe we should now begin to say that anytime you mention Ghana in your song, you have to pay some royalties to us.
We can't track that money.
We can't track it. Make one person very rich.
We can't track that money because up until now, it's not a problem with some things, some assets that had been sold. I don't know where the money is.
Hey,
that's political. So I don't want to
it's
go there.
political.
You don't get inside there.
Another thing that is political, still talking about football, is statement from people that some people have to be included in the team and they are not there.
Line up there, Charlie.
I heard a sports journalist says it's the worst squad he's seen ever to go to the World Cup, and I'm like,
really?
we haven't even stepped in there, and already our judgment has been passed.
Is he going to Qatar?
Well, I don't know if he's going with the GFA or he's going by himself, but he's a renowned sports journalist.
If the person were going on GFA tickets, who say that? You see, this country is a country of benefit. If you are in the benefiting seat, everything
Your volume will come down.
Please let me know what GFA says about Stonebwoy's tweets. I'm very interested to see
I'm also
what
following
they,
that.
they will
I saw
say
his
about
tweet.
it. And he tagged them, actually mentioned them.
He tagged them and he alleged pay to play. Which is what a lot of sports journalists are also alleging.
I pray there's no lawsuits coming his way.
Well, I'm trying to just pull up.
There's nothing to sue. It's his opinion. He thinks people had to pay to play on the match. That's his opinion.
Based on what?
Speculation.
Oh, well.
It's public information. You put out a list, and I'm saying I think this is what happened.
And they were not chosen because of
merit.
Pay to play.
Well, there's a lot of people who had great merit who didn't make the list. And that's what led to the speculation. So you had bloggers and content creators like Kojo Sheldon and others also making statements Kojo Sheldon's video, he's furious. And he even bashes them more than what Stonebwoy did. Stonebwoy was even a bit political and put one tweet out and left it. But Kojo Sheldon did a whole video on YouTube ranting for minutes about it. So,
I like the fact that we are interested, like us, it's almost like a marriage between sports and music, and we are very much invested in the things that have got to do with sports. It makes it interesting and exciting, but exactly, we're just talking about theme song and that's music, so I'm excited about the next few days. I'll wear my jersey on the first day we are going to play. Hopefully it's a weekday, and if they score, then I stop wearing it.
Well, anyway, there are some songs that, just bring quite painful memories, like I think it wasn't Italy 90. It was which of the World Cup did Ghana lose against Brazil that we played with Daughters of Glorious Jesus, or is it Tego Sisters? We played a song from Tego Sisters. Yedin Kunim. And that game we lost. And as a child growing up with that song, it was
every time you hear the song, you say no.
So yes. Anyway, and Asamoah Gyan's penalty. But I think it will be a memory that Ghana will never forget. But
what
anyway,
about he himself?
Yes, we'll still live with it, but we still hail Asamoah Gyan as one of the best strikers, ever in this country.
In the world.
Yeah, in the world, I can say. In the world, yes. Leading goal scorer there anyway. All right, let's move on to starter pack and let's get some motivation, because right now, the way we are down with the goal. Somewhere. Hey, by the way, we play Sweden, right?
Yeah, at some point.
No, there's a friendly match coming up.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, Switzerland.
When are we playing?
Thursday.
Yeah.
Hello yourself.
Oh.
So let's go and start our pack ourselves. It is well.
On my knees I'm calling, I need you right now. Dear God, if you hear my cry, I'm on my knees I'm calling, I need you right now. Lord, make a blow. Lord, make a blow. Yeah. Make a blow. Yeah. Make a blow. I feel the Miami show. Miami show. Yeah. Miami show. Yeah, me show. Money with the mean to me. Hey, mean to me, mean to me, mean to me. I couldn't hear I just said, whoa. It could have been me gone, but I'm still here. So I'm so grateful, I'm humble, set. So down to earth, I'm like a man, no leg. Man, no leg. I had another D's gone, but I'm still here. So I'm so grateful, I'm humble, set. So down to earth, I'm like a man, no legs. Man, no legs. Tonight I'm crying on my knees. The year just started, Lord, I need you. I wish this fight was over me, but if I should force it, Lord, I lose it. If you ever cry, on my knees I'm calling. I need you right now. Dear God, if you hear my cry, I'm on my knees, I'm calling. I need you right now. Lord, make a blow. Lord, make a blow. Yeah. Make a blow. Yeah. Make a blow. I feel the Miami show. Miami show. Yeah. Miami show. Yeah. Miami show. Money with the mean to me. Hey, mean to me. Into me, into me. I couldn't hear what else? I just said, come with the pump ready. Yankopon my show with the match and I be a quine mammy. Pity won't go sit down on the pink coming. Able to one of Marco Bobby Diano man then done it. Dear God, my shit ain't funny. 2017 meeting go to you make a blow. They will pressure the doors on Charlie Pedo. Yeah, the bulldogs that will boom me destiny. Sounds so breaking me motivation. I made the sorry jot me flow. So what you really want from me, nigga, do? keep it 100. To them boy, I need a miracle. So I'm a come on, my come on, I would time for the Benjamin. The song of the year, in a zazi. Tina Sassi, song of the year, Tina Sassi. Tina Sassi, I brought the song of the year, Tina Sassi. Tina Sassi, song of the year, Tina Sassi. Tina Sassi, I brought the song of the year, Tina Sassi. Tina Sassi, and I came with the dance of the year, Kuma Sassi. Kuma Sassi, I brought the song of the year, Tina Sassi. Tina Sassi, and I came with the dance of the year, Kuma Sassi.
And that's B for Bon. Another song, I think sometime back in 2017, 2018-ish, thereabout, or if not earlier, that's when he had his enjoyed his stardom. B for Bon. This song is Dear God, remix featuring Sarkodie, and the lyrics on the screen says, "It could have been me, God, but I'm still here. And that's why I'm so grateful. I'm a humble self, so down to earth. I'm like a man with no leg. Tonight I'm crying my knees. The year just started, Lord, I need you." He says, "I wish to fight all these for me, but Lord, I'm losing." Now he spoke his words into this song, and this song actually became a very big hit song for B for Bon. Who was then signed onto this label? Mim Life, yes, Mim Life Records. And yeah, I don't know what happened to B for Bon though. Maybe he just hung his boots in the music. With the music, I'm told he's a family man now. So maybe new focus, new direction.
That's a motivational song. Why are you talking about the disabled?
But anyway, he shared his prayer in there. This song is just straight up prayer, And I like the song because it was like at that time for him, an upcoming artist begging God for success. And the song lived up to its expectation, It
was a big success.
It was a big song and it blew, we gave a massive airplay. He says, "It could have been me, God, but I'm still here." He says, "That's why I'm so grateful. I'm humble self, so down to earth. I'm like a man with no legs. Tonight I'm crying my knees. The year just started, Lord, I need you." And this is something we should be saying in 2023 January, right?
Yeah. That's the first night.
First dance, yes. The first January. It says, "Tonight I'm crying my knees. The year just started, Lord, I need you. I wish to fight all these for me, but Lord, I'm losing." Yes, confession that you can't do it by yourself.
True.
It has to be done, with the Creator. And this for me is like someone looking for purpose, And I always cite that example if I'm going to preach a little bit, hallelujah.
Amen.
That if you want to find purpose, the reason why you're here, you should always go back to the person who made you, and that's God. He would be the best person to tell you why you are here.
True.
And for you to be able to find purpose, I dare choose the word life as a verb. You need to life. I don't know if you get me. As a rapper, you understand what I'm saying. You need to life. Charlie, I did for Charlie, you say me
the
where I know.
Foley is J. Foley.
Me, those times where I start high five.
Yeah. They don't know.
Yeah, they don't know.
You didn't hear him, Swiss Beats, Timbaland?
Yeah.
He said he started high five.
Yeah, we did that case. I shut them down. Yeah, so I'm telling you, so you need to live life. You need to do that thing they call life, where you live every day and face all the struggles and the challenges, all in the quest to find purpose, the reason why you are here, you understand? So maybe some people find their purpose at certain, early times in their life, some in the middle times in their life, some people don't even find it. It's when they die before we find exactly why they were, what they lived for, then you look back at their legacy and say, oh, this person, like maybe someone like J.J. Rollins, for example. It's like a celebration of life. You look at him and then it's not one thing. The full picture tells the story.
He was there to make an impact.
Yeah. And it even becomes really worthwhile when you hear foreigners praise him. I was on Instagram and I saw, I don't know if you know Sam Dede, the Nigerian actor.
Yeah.
He posted his picture, wrote a lot about him.
Nigerians love...
and I'm like, is this
Rollins,
our own J.J. Rollins,
The Nigerians love Rollins because when he was cleaning up Ghana and trying his thing and all that, they were going through it, and they would have prayed for a Rollins, and they saw what he tried to do and everything, and so they revere him. They love all the positives because the negative sides didn't affect them. They were watching from afar, so they only saw the glory of Rollins. So it's like a savior mentality thing to them. It's really crazy.
Exactly.
And it speaks to manifesting your wishes, because like the B for Bona song, he humbled himself. He asked for the guidance and the success, and that's literally what happened with the song. So in his humility, the lyrics, God show me the way, blah blah blah, I'm on my knees. It literally showed him the way, and became one of his most successful songs till date.
I think for artists who speak truth about their lives and past statements that people can relate to, it blows.
Yeah,
and
it's hard to
exactly
go
like
wrong.
Black Sharon says, who never hands in the air.
And the whole world.
The whole world is like we're all guilty.
Yeah, true.
We're all guilty. I should say something that is also very relatable. Like
Tell
you get
us.
money.
We don't get money.
If you did there, no?
I don't get money.
And see, when Famia also sang his song,
Nothing I get.
Exactly.
And then he got everything.
Yeah, I tell you. But is it like we like sorrowful songs or we like songs that
It
speak to
resonates with the
reality?
masses.
Stories.
No.
We like stories.
Our reality can relate to a lot of sorrowful instances. So as a musician, motivational songs, uplifting songs, songs about sorrow, it's a no-brainer. It will hit.
Oh.
Because there's so many people who are in that space that need that constant uplifting.
Exactly.
Give me one Ghanaian inspirational song. Humility, inspirational, that wasn't a hit.
This gospel song.
Which one?
That wasn't a hit.
No. I mean, I'm talking about a hit song. This gospel song.
Which one?
This woman sang it. It's also
Which
this
lady?
man.
On song, sorry. See, you don't go to church. If it was Jay-Z or Shatta lyrics, he would have been yeah.
And man sang it.
You see, we serve a living God. You see?
Is this man? Oh, what's his name?
In the video, was playing the keyboard fan. Is it an SDA song so that we
Miss
can
G.
help
Do
you?
something
Miss G.
new in my life. Something new.
But that was a hit. That was a hit.
I'm saying it was a hit. Yeah, like you see,
you don't need Pelhams. You don't. Yesterday is gone. Another day has come. But hits everywhere you were going. Something new. You don't need bumbuncha to make a hit. Once the inspirational, the humility, the God save me,
And whilst we are at this, before we move on, what is your number one love Ghanaian song history? All history, love song. In all history in Ghana, like number one.
Tell us yours.
Mine is Paulina Odro and
Papa Jansen.
And yes, I think the duet was like a Chris Brown. What's her name? What's his name? No. Chris, her name. No, it's not Hudson. Is it him? No, Jordan Spark. No, that's how I see that duet.
Well, I see. But we're here predicting that Waiting will be like that Jordan Spark and what's his name? What's his name? You just mentioned his name. Chris Brown song. So we are waiting to see what will happen with Waiting. That's Camido and her name again.
Song.
What's her name? Sina Soul.
Yeah. So we're talking duets. Maybe later on we'll do duets and see the best duets.
Penny na koshe makola ni kejetia kiti ebi tonne ebi wia abranti ye jumadinji waketia sika ni ne webrekita obrafo. It's scripture.
That's your favorite love song?
The favorite song is the favorite song period.
Oh, okay.
Like when I was a kid and I had that cassette, I used to look at the cassette. I was like, how did this Obrafo guy? How did he put this wisdom?
Did he influence what you also became later?
Yeah, influenced a lot, all of us. Like, you cannot be a rapper or love rap in Ghana and then Obrafo is not on your list. Like, where did you pass?
Yes.
Everybody.
Rapper.
Of all time, Ghanaian rapper?
Well, let's stick to Ghana. It makes the conversation easier.
All time.
Wow, all time. I don't know whether it's too soon to say him, but I'd give it to Sarkodie.
I knew you were going to say that, but that's of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time, I'll give it to Obrafo.
Of all time, I wouldn't give it to Sarkodie is my boy, but I won't give it to all time.
Yeah, because of all time, like you said, maybe it's too early.
Of all time, it's too early. It's all, when he's 56, me, I'll bring the all time to his house.
But did you have to wait for Obrafo to be
one person that I'm still, and let me put it on camera, one person that I'm still hurt that he didn't do a 3 album again was Reggie Rockstone, and I keep saying that. I just wish.
But you know what? We have so much access. We have so much access to Reggie that we can make that happen.
I've told him before that Reggie Rockstone. I just want
Reggie's
to do
up
one
for
of
musical.
Rap,
Reggie is still active. Reggie is still good. If Reggie has the right team around him, Reggie can still throw one last solid punch. Especially with all this digital and all the features we can put together for him. You know.
Anyway, I see the time. We forgot. Let's go and do unpacking, which is coming up next. Oh, before we just jump out of the screen, what is coming up next?
Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa, they're about to do a festival in Ghana. They say it's a festival that would bring, I think it's a black, something about group of black folks, you know, and then they're going to do it at the Black Star Square, you know, so they came here to speak to Lenny, and so we're going to unpack that conversation on Unpacking.
You see, we've turned them into Ghanaians already. They are here. We never let them go back.
Ghana can everything.
Let's go into Unpacking.
You light up my day. And when she tell me my love is you love, baby. She know when the Gucci bag or the Fendi. Yeah, she give me butterfly.
Hey my people, what's good? It's your boy Magix. This is me, this is you, this is Culture. Big congratulations to 3 Music TV for launching Yeserski. Love.
Ooh, love is crazy, girl, your love is crazy. You amaze me, girl, you amaze me.
Yo, what's up, Ghana? My name is Twakane. And Mukajo, we are MBT from East Africa. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. So make sure you scan your TV to watch our music videos on 3 Music TV. Peace out.
Baby, that's your beautiful body, the all for me.
Send me palm, measure condom. I better roll.
Hi, hello. This is your boy Chris Water from R2BZ AMG Business CEO. This is me, this is you, and this is the culture. What a time to be alive, AMG Business.
If you're too much, are you okay? Get your body too bad, but you think it. Hope I send me your bulu.
Hi, my name is Miss G, and let's do some unpacking. So come January 2023, there'll be a festival here in Ghana called the Black Star Line Festival. It's going to be organized by Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa. They'll be speaking to Lenny about the preparation towards January 2023.
Sincerely, is the Black Star Line Festival enough? Is that a good enough binding festival that will literally just, you know, bridge that gap between Africans in Africa and Africans in diaspora?
There's not one thing.
Yeah, I think this is a part of a movement that's been going on far before we were even born or thought of, right? And I think that the truth of of the need of like a collective thought renaissance or revolution comes from conversation and us being in community with each other. So this is one way to build community. This is one way to build friendships. One way
you're contributing in your own way.
And, yeah, there's not one thing that breaks down this ocean of divide. You know what I mean? It's centuries that have created the situation we're in. But I will say that even as the festival stands, we've been approaching this same issue from multiple angles. Like in July, we brought a group of about 10 high school students, youth, 17, 18 years old, from Chicago to come and experience Ghana. And so we brought them to meet leaders in fashion at Free the Youth, to meet people in the government, to meet leaders in art at the Noldor residency, to go to the Elmina Castle, to go to these different places. And so it's like, that's another way of addressing the divide. You know, I don't think it's a situation where you look up and you're like, oh, I've done one thing, I've done 2 things, and now there no longer exists division between black people, because
so it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process.
You know what I mean?
So let's talk about your event organizing experiences in Ghana at the moment. You've organized and held concerts and festivals all over the world, right? So let's bring that experience in comparison to Ghana. How is that for you, like having to organize an event in Ghana in comparison to organizing in other parts of the world?
I don't think that it's a big difference at all in terms of like the equipment, the the process of like the work process or really anything with how we work on it. I think the biggest difference is like I've never organized a concert in a country, like in a whole nother country overseas. So I've, like you were saying earlier, I've had to travel here, you know, multiple times, just like with the focus of like bringing in partners and working on making sure that it's what we want it to be.
Let's talk about logistics. Okay.
Right. Are you a festival organizer? Like, these questions are different than most interview questions.
The questions are different. No, do you like it?
I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Okay. Now, I'm really concerned about how the festival is going to turn out. Right.
You're concerned about how the festival's going to turn out?
Yeah. Because as much as possible, I want you two to have the best festival experience in Ghana.
I want everybody that comes to have the best festival experience.
So with your logistics procurement, have you been able to get everything in Ghana, or are you importing some of the things that you need?
Everything is from Ghana.
Oh yeah. Everything.
The LED, the stages,
and that's something that we've been really intentional about. Because early on, people were telling us, "Oh, if you want to do something of this level, then you have to rent it from South Africa." But even that, I feel like, is feeding into the narrative that we as African people can't provide for ourselves on the same level. Because, you know, if we're going to South Africa to get equipment, then we're getting that from white people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how that's going down. And so it's like, it's a Ghanaian team that has experience currently throwing large scale productions in Ghana, with equipment from Ghana, with security from Ghana, with vendors from Ghana.
Right.
Now, these young men believe that there's a divide between the black community in the diaspora and their heritage, and the reason they're bringing the Black Star Festival is to bridge that gap.
It's been pretty smooth. Like, it's tough putting together a festival regardless of where you're putting it together. And like, I think because it's such a new idea, we have like a bigger canvas to work on. So like, the main intention of the festival is like, I've been calling it a global black conference. And it's kind of like in the inspiration of the Festival of Algiers, like the greatest minds and, you know, and hearts of the world, black people from everywhere, and especially from Accra and Ghana at large, like converging to just like share in confidence. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, like especially in America, we have to share everything with everybody, and so many people have cultures where their cultures are like, they have like an inner space, and what we're trying to do is like, with this space at Black Star Square, which is such a historical space and such a historical country in terms of the, you know, the progress and revolution of black folks at large. Like, we want to use that space to like give black folks like just a space to be safe and listen to some great music. And then also, like, we've been in collaboration with the museum and the University of Ghana, Legon.
Yes, but like which I was going to come to next. Is the Ghana
artists,
government
like visual
helping,
artists and
helping you, supporting you in any way? Is Ghana?
Well, you know, Black Star Square is a government space, so it's like that only works one way. But at the
are you getting that for free? Are you paying for the venue?
No, we're paying for it.
Yeah, it's not free.
That would be dope.
But, you know, we've definitely been receiving a lot of help and just had a lot of different collaborators. It's a Ghanaian team that's putting this together, you know what I mean, that even is arranging us to do these promotional runs. And, you know, so shout out to Alvin and all of the different teams that he's brought on from BBNZ. He's got a bunch of companies, but you know what I'm saying? And we got Ghanaian Americans at home working on it as well. There's a guy named Micah Brantier, Duimo, Denisha. And so it's just a collaborative effort at the end of the day. You know, it's something that is intended to bridge the gap and create conversation and communication between our different worlds that will live on beyond this moment. You know what I'm saying? And be a culture movement, you know, a cultural movement forwards, because what they don't want us to do is link up. You know what I'm saying? When black people of the globe link up and realize that we have all continue to be exploited by the same powers, and that it's our unity and our recognition of each other as one people, that's when things will really start to shift, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like the same people that are owning all of this gold that's being mined out of the ground in Ghana are the ones that are mining our intellectual resources in the music industry in America, and are mining our entertainment, our physical capabilities in the NBA and the NFL. Literally, all these people are interconnected, and it's like, you know what I mean. So it's like if we have a common oppressor, then you know what I'm saying, we need to recognize that and realize that, you know, many other things, but that makes us in one boat, you know.
Yes,
definitely. And that's why it's the Black Star Line, because the boat going across the ocean.
So let's look up to what our 23rd of our 2023 will be like in January when they come to the Black Star Square. For those of you who do not know, the Black Star Square is the same as the Independence Square. I hope to see the numbers there. Those from the diaspora, as Vic Mensa and Chance the Rapper put together their Black Star Line Festival. Let's go to Jay and Cyril. Definitely they have some comments to make on this. Before we go to the friendship that these two have, I think that this is the ripple effect of the Year of Return. I'm sure these guys came during the Year of Return, realized that, you know, this is a place to be. They love Ghana so much. They keep coming, and now they want to stage a festival here in Ghana. Guys, what do you think?
Oh, yeah, the governor warm.
Yeah?
The governor warm.
After the first two spoons, they're like, what?
And the governor warm inside. And then it's like, no, this is the place to be, you know. The thing is that, look, I keep saying that there's no country in West Africa or Sub-Saharan Africa that is telling a certain story of a fine blend of contemporary lifestyle and the African lifestyle better than Ghana. And that's where, because we are where we are positioned, so many you know, the expatriates, the people in the diaspora, when they look to Africa, they find one, peace, stability, you know, a friendly business community. It's because we are in here, we see things like Anas and Expose and all these tiger eye stuff, you know, but those are normal because every country has got its challenges.
Yeah.
But from the outside, if you look across Africa, you're looking for a country that's going to welcome you, you know, that wouldn't give you too much of its culture that should prevent you. So, for example, we are going to Qatar. Look at the rules and regulations that is coming with, you know.
We are lenient and open
Yes, you know, but you're coming to Ghana, a land of freedom. And I keep saying that when Kwame Nkrumah, this thing, when I say it's sarcasm though, but let me just put it out there. When Kwame Nkrumah said, Ghana, our beloved country is free forever. Go back to that clip and watch the video again.
What happened?
You see my problem?
What happened
again? I don't know.
The word, you see, when he said it's free forever,
what's free?
did you see the screen? The people look deep into their eyes if they understood the word. You know what? You don't get that, you know, places where you have the freedom and safety and security working for you than Ghana. And now
that speaks to our whole ethos as a country.
Exactly.
You know, the black star of hope. When people look at Africa, that's the star they see. That's the shining light that brings them here.
I was with Kwame Nkrumah at that time.
I understand.
So we have positioned ourselves very well, and now we have added the whole culture, the December in Ghana vibe, you know, to it. So there's a celebration at the end of the year into the new year, and I think that's why all these people like Vic Mensa and Chance the Rapper find it ideal opportunity to celebrate something here. And here we are.
They're doing a woke concert, eh?
But we should, Jay-Z and things to come and should start that thing that they're doing in America.
Yeah, but it's going to be a very woke concert. Yeah, because the things they're talking about, there's an actual theme to it, uniting the black race, fighting oppression, bringing the spotlight to the way we can collaborate better, even promoting indigenous efforts, because they were against renting things from SA. They wanted to make sure that the biggest statement was that we did a concert in Ghana with Ghanaians, and everything was authentic, you know.
Real quickly before you jump back into your conversation, you see, so you take various countries, there are certain perceptions about them. In recent times, South Africa has been quite mad with the whole xenophobia. You know, Nigeria, regardless the huge impact of music, there's still
she couldn't wait to say fraud.
You know, it still haunts them with the whole 419 thing that generated with
419 solid brand, though. It never go down.
You know, and you know, other countries in East Africa, you know,
tolerance.
It's there. So Ghana is very well positioned with these things.
I think we've been known as a very hospitable, you know, country. Like our hospitality is top notch. Everybody can come in and still feel like this is home. They don't feel, you know, like they don't feel like they're away from their home. That's how come, you know, people like Burna Boy would only have peace of mind. You know, when he comes here. Maybe we are taking it for granted, like you said, Jay, because we are here and we get to see all the things we are not happy with. But the people from outside are looking at us with a different eye.
And watch that video again.
Everything free, we like, that's why we're asking for free everything, free utility, free everything. Nkrumah told us to ask for free things. Anyway, let's go back to talk about Vic Mensa and Chance the Rapper. They've known each other since high school.
You two move together a lot.
Yeah.
Is it because you're working on your Black Starline Festival, or was there this, you know, unique friendship prior to preparations?
Yeah, we grew up together. We've known each other since we was 14.
Oh,
yeah. And,
okay.
We went to different high schools, but the first time I met Vic, if you remember, you had came to Jones when we had a open mic night. But then, like, we, you know, in Chicago, it's a lot of, like, not gangs, but like.
And I didn't know how to rap yet. Like I just remember.
You was pretty good at rapping when we were 14.
But I didn't know how to hold the mic. It was the first time I ever held a mic.
So did he teach you?
No, it was just, I think he told me though, because I was.
That's crazy.
I was rapping, I was holding the mic, but I was like doing this with it the whole time. And I just remember that, you know, that was the first time. That was the first time we met. And then probably the first time I really got in the studio. His dad, who's on this trip with us, booked us a session.
That's crazy.
And
that was our first time in the studio.
That was cold. His dad booked us a session. That was like my first time.
You two have come a really, really long way then.
Yeah.
Really long way.
That's a lot of miles and years away from.
So many years.
You know, it's honestly been a blessing though, because like, when Chance came to Ghana in January, it was pretty unexpected. It was like I had been coming back for Decembers, and I told all my friends, and I was like, yo, y'all should come through. But, you know, everybody was doing things, and kind of last minute, I was going to come home. And then Chano hit me like, man, I'm finna come in 2 days.
All right, that's Lenny's conversation with Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensa ahead of their concert come January 2023. On that note, I'm done unpacking, handing you over to Jay and Cyril.
Well, thank you very, very much giving us unpacking this morning. I think it's been a great conversation there, talking about the free. Go and watch that video again and you come back and understand what I'm talking about. That Ghana, our beloved country, is free forever. And then people went like, yeah.
And they went to urinate immediately.
There were no borders to the freedom. Well, anyway, that's just humor and sarcasm on the side. Anyway, let's move on. Sports Direct is coming up next. Cyril, what are we looking at?
We're starting off with Game On. Remember, we're focusing on the World Cup, Qatar 2022. Game On is bringing you all the in-depth experiences around the lifestyle, the fun experience, the joy, the cheers, and definitely the tears that are going to flow for some. But today we're going to focus on some of the teams that have brought in their supporters unions and the magnitude to which the enjoyment has started, because we spoke yesterday about the Black Stars and we showed some footage. Well, I'm going to show you other footage of how other people are celebrating, and then we're going to focus on another song, and then there's some social media inserts there.
Well, if Qatar is going to play the opening game, I'm very sure. I'll find out who they're playing against, but trust me, I'm very sure that they have to win the game. Because if they don't win,
I know where you are going. Don't do it, please. Please don't do it. Let's just go to sport.
Be for Mona, make a blow. Sports Direct coming up next.
Discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. Discover the world of Bang & Olufsen, a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics you might love to own. Locate us at our showroom right here in Accra, Ghana, Atlantic Tower, Liberation Road 1. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else.
Welcome back to Culture Daily, Sports Direct with your man C Real. Like I said earlier on, we're all about the Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup, and we're bringing you the exclusive experiences through Game On, our own activation, to the lifestyle and the fan experiences going on all the way across the world in Qatar. Now, our first story focuses on something that I touched on yesterday, the fan engagement, the joy, the cheers, and the tears that are soon to follow for many. Now, we brought you the Ghanaian experience. We saw our guys there in Qatar, in the Doha City Center, the Souk Waqif, jamming along to some Jama. Well, we're not the only ones who have arrived in grand style. The Brazilian national team has also brought on board its fan contagion, and they are also rocking things big time in Qatar 2022. Let's check out how that celebration is going ahead of kickoff next week.
When I am born, that time. You've been supporting Brazil since you were born? Yes. When I know about football, that time I will still. Wow. And you've been supporting Brazil for more than 40-something years now, right? 47 years. 47 years. That's crazy. This is insane. This is Brazil for you.
Now that's great footage right there from the man Kamaslai TV, bringing us exclusives all the way from Qatar. And one thing you have to give to the Brazilians is the color combination for their national team. That green, yellow with those blue pants, sweet. It's samba style, and you can see the joy, the flags, the color, the texture, and just the attitude of the people. These are people who know in their hearts that they were born champions, and football is right at their footsteps. And we wait to see what they're going to do on the pitch. Not to jinx the matches, but Brazil is always a lethal opponent to watch out for. And the fans have started jubilating because they are that confident in their team. Now, looking at Qatar, the Souk Waqif, the beautiful palm trees, the high rises, the clear blue sky, and you can tell that Qatar 2022 is about to kick off on Sunday in grand style. And there's the man himself bringing us the footage with the joyous moment, masqueraders, people on stilts. It's the Samba Festival all over again in Qatar 2022. And that's what Game On is all about. Now, moving on. Yesterday, we touched on the song. We brought you Waka Waka from Shakira. Today, we're bringing you We Are One from the man Pitbull, featuring Jennifer Lopez and Claudia Lieti. Let's get into that, and I'll tell you all about it afterwards.
Put your flags up in the sky, put them in the sky. And wave side to side, side to side. Show the world where you're from, show where you're from. We are one, baby. Show the world we are one.
Released on 8th April 2014, you can't help but move when it comes to this song. The man Pitbull, one of the biggest business minds in music, mind you, brought together Jennifer Lopez and Claudia Lieti to create this amazing global anthem. And you can see it there, flags from every country, every culture represented. It's not just music for football, it's music for the entire world. And that is We Are One, Ole Ole by Pitbull, featuring Jennifer Lopez and Claudia Lieti. Now, I'm going to put that image back on the screen. Keep it there for me while I bring the statistics and tell you how this song went on and how well it did. Now, in Germany, it went gold. Now, in Italy, platinum. It went gold in Mexico, Switzerland, and the United States, as well as Denmark. And it went platinum in Spain. Now, that's amazing. You have a song like this by Pitbull, who's from Southern America, who brought on board another Southern American talent, Jennifer Lopez. And then you add Claudia Lieti, and they're able to bring together that fire, that samba, that movement. And you can see it there. Everybody's represented. And I remember when this song first came out, people were a bit anxious about the remix to the, the ole, 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 ole. But they pulled it off. And J-Lo always going with the moves. Now, the songwriters were Pitbull himself, Jennifer Lopez, Claudia Lieti, Sia, Red One, Danny Mercer, Dr. Luke, Circuit, Henry Walter, Lucas Gottwald, Nadir Kat, and Thomas Trollson. Now, the producers were Dr. Luke, Circuit, and Thomas Trollson. And the song video directed by Marcus Raboy. And it's actually at 856 million views on YouTube. That's just a few million away from 1 billion. So that should tell you this video is not just about when football is on. It's a song that inspires the whole planet. Now, talking about inspiring the whole planet, social media has had us going in a frenzy, doing all sorts of things, from posting our food to posting our clothes to our loved ones, to even moments that we should be focusing on emergencies. We take out our camera and we capture. Well, football stars are not any different from you and I. And the man Kevin De Bruyne is proof of that, because when he's not on the pitch delivering great footballing moments, he's on TikTok telling us about his life and also being a fun, creative, digital guy. Let's cut into Kevin De Bruyne's TikTok and see what he does when 90 minutes is up.
Hi guys, it's KDB here. I'm finally joining TikTok to give you a little insight of my life outside football, so stay tuned.
So now we have him there showing us his morning, how his day begins. But he goes into even further detail to give us his pre-workout meal, his pre-game meal, his training schedule, and a whole lot. So then we have the luscious pre-workout meal. You can see some chicken tenders, doing some vegetable saute, putting some pasta in there. And that's what the champ himself has when he's ready to get fed before he works out. Now, moving on as well, he also has his parenting side, where he's playing with his kid by the fireside, being a dad in typical fashion, and putting a smile on the little one's face, because it's not just about football. You have to perform as home as a dad as well. And the last of these videos is his moments on the field, exclusives that the fans love to see. Him walking out of the tunnel, his reactions when the matches are over, some losses and some victories. And these are exclusive moments that you don't see on any channel, only on Kevin De Bruyne's TikTok. And that's why social media matters, because it brings you those unique experiences that you wouldn't get anywhere else. And the man there is living proof that you can be a success, both online and offline. Now, Miss G, get ready for me, because I really want to talk about the World Cup preparation. We just heard our song, the Black Star song. There's about 2 or 3 other songs. There's a player list that came up, controversy, some like it, some don't. And we have people like Brazil who are so in order, everything on the dot, who are already celebrating. GJ, what do you think about this whole build-up? How do you see things going on Sunday when we actually lift up? Because it's just Sunday, right? Today's Tuesday. We're just 5 days away. And this is slated to be probably the biggest World Cup ever, because Qatar has invested that much. I don't know if you were with us on Sport Direct about a month ago, but we went into the finances and all the details, the hotels, the stadiums, the trains, the trams that were created just for this tournament. G and J, what do you think about this tournament that's upcoming? And is Ghana ready? And are we going to make an impact and celebrate like the Brazilians?
Well, maybe we'll be mixing our names and saying RJ after the first goal is given to us. You know, but so far, watching the performance of the Black Stars in their friendlies already, I haven't been too convinced, with their performance in being able to bring the cup back home. But the thing is that I can guarantee that we will get somewhere, better performance than what we experienced in recent times. That much I can give to us. Yeah. And also, I'm very sure other teams are also equally afraid of Ghana. But that's not all. Talking about the preparations and the whole frenzy around it. I think, comparing the images I saw with Ghana and that of Brazil,
there's reason to fear.
There's reason to fear. Even the fans are giving us reason to fear.
We always want to be optimistic, but sometimes when the bullet is coming to your face,
that the orange or the yellow is so bold in our face?
Whoever came up with that Brazilian color scheme, listen, give him his roses, him or her, give them their roses, because when you see that, it's just so impactful.
I mean, look, Brazil is a football country.
Yeah.
I mean,
so is Ghana.
No.
Are we?
No.
Oh, we are.
How many World Cups have you been to?
Let's not take a few years of stumbling blocks to forget the greatness that is Ghana Black Stars.
No, but how many World Cups have you
I'm the
been
biggest
to?
critic of Ghana football, but the Black Stars were amazing. And that standard is where we are still struggling to meet. There was a time when you say Ghana Black Stars.
Cyril, capital B or small b?
You are breaking up. So as I was saying, let's keep the vim up, Charlie. Listen, some things are clear, but let's keep the vim up. Let's send that positivity out to the stars in Qatar. And who knows? Maybe Kurt or Tuado, everybody, they know what they're doing. Maybe this is the one that comes home. You never know. All we have to do is stay positive. And I have it right here.
Are you on Facebook?
I'm Facebooking it, yes.
I'm clapping for them in advance.
I'm Facebooking it.
I'm clapping for them
on
in advance.
On arrival or for the match?
I'm clapping for them in advance in whatever they do. But you know what I've missed? I just realized that all the theme songs that we've had, none can beat Talal Fatal's Come On Black Stars, Ghana. That song was like some gingering song. Every time we heard it back in the day.
Back in the day, we didn't have many options.
You know, but is it because we didn't have many options? No, Jay is laughing. No, but I think that song was some, gingering song. It brought you some, it lifted the spirit.
But
all these ones, I don't know.
I'm saying that we should have just remixed NDC's campaign song for 2020 and use it for the Black Stars.
Leave NDC's song
Okada.
We the Black Stars. We beg you.
Oh, Black Stars. Black Stars. Hey, Black Stars.
Like that.
Black Stars.
Like
no, you
producer, they are seeing Jama in the studio. Can you cut them off?
Black Stars.
Okada. Hey.
Black Stars. Hey.
Guys, I'm taking my segment. You go should see your Jama. So please, can you make me big on the screen? Thank you. So it's Sports Direct. The name is Serial. I took you to Qatar for a bit. We spoke about We Are One, Pitbull, J-Lo and Claudia Lieti, and we looked into the digital life of the man, Kevin De Bruyne. We'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be bringing you Sport Direct for sure. But let's jump in to Lenny's segment and check out what's happening online. See you.
Discover a world of innovation, a world of luxury, and a world many of us dream about owning. Discover the world of Bang & Olufsen, a particularly true brand in the ever-evolving realm of high-end electronics you might love to own. Locate us at our showroom right here in Accra, Ghana, Atlantic Tower, Liberation Road 1. Bang & Olufsen, like no one else.
What's up, my people? This is Boy Spice, and this is me, this is you, this is the culture. So scan your TV to keep watching my music videos on 3TV. God bless. Love you all.
Like the stars light up the sky when there's darkness in the
for love, but the things you do make up for. Now look at that boy, monkey, he the flex on me, junkie, shit.
Hi, what's up, my people? This is Wendy Shea. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Rescan your TV and watch my videos on Free Music TV. Shea Gang.
I'm a survivor.
Sweet white wine, there's no Hennessy. I'm just running. Even though the country don't detach.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Ladipo, the leader of the revival. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Big ups to 3 Music on the launch of their new station. But you knew that. Love.
But forget my nigga. Crown don't they bend from the stress, my nigga. It's getting hard to suppress my liquor. Problem in all the finish. We can try to enjoy. But I know the finish. We can try to enjoy.
What's good, Ghana? This is Wonder Banton, the original vibe machine. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. We scan your TV to watch my videos on Tree Music TV, the original say so. Boom,
I'm a doing bad, you see my family, but she my journey. Money on my doing bad, but she journey, but she my journey. I'm a doing bad, you see my family.
Yo, what up, Ghana? What's good? It's your boy YC on my Alaji #1. Ain't nobody better than. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. We scan your TV right now to watch my music videos on 3 Music TV. Don't touch it.
But you said it's up to you and you, baby, no. Make somebody call me Diana. Diana. Oh.
What's up, my people? It's your boy, Mr. Drew. This is me, this is you, this is the culture. Rescan your TVs to watch my music videos on 3 Music TV now. Let's go. Silly.
Carolina, I be dey follow you for our dinner. Will you be my lover? Will you be my lover? Yo, what's good, guys? I'm Larusso. This is me. This is you. This is the culture. Please scan your TV to watch my music videos right here on 3 Music TV. When you see me, you they shine like that. Why you they do like that? Your friends just they like.
Good morning, you're still tuned in to Culture Daily. This is Trending Live. My name, Lenny Lomote. Now, how have you enjoyed the show so far? Good? Let us know on our socials, 3 Music TV, on Instagram, 3 Music Networks, on Twitter, 3 Music, on Facebook, 3 Music Lifestyle, on TikTok, and 3 Music Live, on Snapchat as well as +899FM on Facebook and Instagram, and +FM on Twitter. Starting off my stories with Sarkodie. Now, you know Sarkodie's song with Black Sherif, Countryside, is going crazy on TikTok. 2 videos we are going to show you from how, you know, people are nodding, because there's a video that Sarkodie has Sarkodie nodding, right? Nodding very aggressively, quite aggressively, if I should say, and people are just remaking videos to that. Now, it's hilarious because Sarkodie has something to say about all of these videos that are going now. Now, Kwame Dazi did post a video in which he wrote, "People are not correct. Sarkodie needs to organize neck massage for all those taking part in this challenge." Now, now let's watch the video. Okay, so in this video, we see, you know, Achia. Achia is a TikTok content creator. We see her nodding aggressively, just like Sarkodie is doing. Now, in reply to Kwame Dazi, Sarkodie says that is their own problem. There are comments to this, but we are going to read the comments after the second video. There is a second video. Now, Adenta Casemiro, let me just read this comment, says, "Did he say that? He said, if your neck pain, you then it's your problem, mommy." Now, Jesse, that was in reply to Jesse, who says, "I was about to post mine, but Sago say I know correct." And that's why Adenta Casemiro replied saying that. And then Jasper Ofori says, "Just giving you the trend." Now, people have the thoughts that, you know, this will become a trend on TikTok that would also, you know, cascade across all other socials and help the song do better on socials. There is a second video which I want us to take a look at as well. There's a second video I want us to look at. Same nodding challenge that people are doing. There's another video. Okay, all right, some technical difficulties right there. Let's move to this one. Now, Jama is a big deal in Ghana. Should Jama be made a genre on its own, right? Then they are like, which type of musician are you? Oh, I do Jama. That's because Ghanaians love Jama so much. Now, Ghanaians in Qatar are getting gingered and ready to, you know, support the Black Stars in Qatar. There's a video. Enjoy. Now, like I earlier asked, should Jama be made a genre on its own? Because it seems like that's another, you know, type of music that binds people together, that people can relate to. Now, in Jama, you don't even have to know the song they are singing. You can just clap to the rhythm and join, you know, the whole frenzy. But yes, wishing the Black Stars best of luck next week, Wednesday, which is their first match. Okay, now on to Johnny Drill. Johnny Drill is a crooner of How Are You, My Friend? So there's a trend where he's playing and then then he has someone duet him. This duet, however, touched our hearts, and so we are bringing it to you. Enjoy.
Yeah. Wanna duet this with me? Why not? Let's go. Aye. Oh, Remy, you always stay in my mind.
Pardon me, London boy. Your blemishes, these your lies.
Don't worry yourself. Oh.
I don't hear
everything will be alright.
See you the wine, see person way when he did japa. He no even look my size.
See my shoulder, make you rest up on me.
Say you go tell Andrew, say I won't kill you with billions.
Oh, the money don't show now.
I know.
I don't keep some for you.
Guy, you know they offer rather than sending to me. You prefer to keep it with you.
How are you, my friend?
Sure you know what they call Sakba.
How do you do, my friend?
Exactly how Sakba treats everyone.
I know sometimes he be like say
nobody send you. That's one not true. You're there for me, my friend.
I'm there for you, my friend. That's funny with my cockroach voice. But yes, do you think this guy, this gentleman, is an older man or he's young? Well, people think and people are saying that he's actually young. He's just used costumes and makeup to get this look and also to get attention. But I'm going to read some comments to you. Now, it says, frame 2. Waiting you did use your talents do when you day young. Now, and then someone replies to that. Oluwa Damilare Michael says he's a young guy. Just check his page. I guess he used these costumes to get attention. And then also, this coming in from the real dude says he's not old, it's filters. Check him out on Instagram. He has great melody though. Yes, and so if you check out his Instagram and also his TikTok, you find out that he just used makeup and costumes to get that. Now, I hope that moving from this, you know how talents are discovered on social, I hope that moving from this, he's able to, you know, secure deals with a label that'll probably blow him up even more because he has definitely got melody. Now, somebody who has got melody that we are going to be talking about, who is talking about sports, is Stonebwoy. Now, elaborating on the conversation earlier with JG and Cyril, Stonebwoy is talking about the pay to play, right? Pay to play by Stonebwoy. And so, like you earlier heard on the show by JG and Cyril, he dropped this tweet that reads, there are players who are supposed to be in the squad who are not here because of hashtag pay to play. Ghana FA official. Why? And then he drops an artwork of the Black Star squad for Qatar 2022. Now, this is because, you know, people's favorites aren't on there. People's favorite footballers, people that they think that can actually do better than this shortlist right here are not there. Now, it spiraled a lot of tweets as well. So many people had so much to say about this, which I want us to take a look at right about now. So reading some of these comments though, pay to play was however trending thanks to this thing that Stonebwoy put up on his Twitter. Okay, so now we have people commenting about it and saying Grammy nominate. What's happening? What's happening, guys? I want to read the comments. Okay. All right. So, slightly used boyfriend says, so sad. Maxwell Agangigba says, so sad. And then, Unruly King says, ask them, boy. That's in reference to Stonebwoy. And then Ablekuma says, true talk. Young Stonebwoy says, say it again. No, that's people agreeing to what Stonebwoy had said, right? And, well, do you think that people are paying to play? Now, it's rather unfortunate because I read how, you know, the the goalkeeper broke his finger and can't go and all of that. That's really sad. Maybe all of the other people also have one or two things that are happening to them or not. But yes, that is why we want you to interact with us on our socials. Talking about interaction though, I'm heading over to JNG in the studios. Let's talk about first the Johnny Drill and the other guy's duet.
Well, you know what? First off, I'm lost with the Johnny Drill conversation, but let me just jump
There's
to...
a video actually she played
Yes.
of Johnny Drill and a guy who is allegedly using filters.
Yeah.
You know,
He's not an old man.
That's what they claim, that he's not an old man, but he has a beautiful voice. That's the thing about, you know, the video, and he does a duet with Johnny Drill that's gone viral. I also saw him do a version of Fireboy DML's.
Yeah, so what he does on his socials are renditions to, you know, some of, I think he's just flexing his vocals and letting people know
He can sing.
I hope that
the
Mavins
talent.
call him soon. You know, Don Jazzy has this thing of discovering talents online.
Is what I said.
You know, so I hope that, you know, he gets a call from the Mavins.
Yeah.
And maybe because he's looking old, that would be like a put off.
restriction.
Yeah, for some people say, oh, this old man, what am I going to sign him for? How many more years does he have to live or all of that? But that voice is certainly not a voice of an old man. It can't be.
It's not. No, he's actually not an old
Yeah.
man. You should check out his socials. You would enjoy the content so much. Trust me.
Have you heard
Trust
that
me.
song? How are you, my friend?
Have you heard that song, Jay?
How do you do, my
It's been out a
friend?
few weeks now.
No, you know me.
No?
I'm like how we say with Wendy Shea songs and
Yeah.
Family songs. They grow on you.
They
so
grow on
It will
you.
take time for me to get it.
Well, I'll share a link to the song with you so that you get to listen to that and enjoy.
Yeah,
I know
but
you
then
did-
when I heard it first, I wasn't enthused. I'm like,
Really?
Don Jazzy Pa and Johnny
I
Drill.
like the song on
I'm like,
first
what kind
listen.
of babyish song is this one? You know, that's what I thought. And you know, they released it around the time where Don Jazzy had lost his mom and was yet to have the funeral. So it was more like and I heard Don Jazzy saying that it's now told him how people feel when they lose people. So he did a song to like check on people, even though he
Yeah.
doesn't call them. I'm like, okay, this is so babyish.
No, but I
now-
loved it on first listen. I think it's very, you know, emotive. There's something very emotion about it. So yes,
I like the
do like
emotion.
it.
That's Gen Z language, yeah. Emotion.
Gen Z not coming from. I'm a pseudo Gen Z.
Yeah,
Gen Z.
yeah.
Titi and Bro for why?
Emo about it.
I know, right? I know.
Anyway, so let's talk about the Sarkodie trend as well. Because
Stonebwoy or Sarkodie?
No, Sarkodie. I wanted to do the Sarkodie one because that's going to give people a lot of neck pains. Imagine having to just partake in a trend.
See Jay do his yesterday.
I did see him do it. So I'm including him in the number of people that are going to have to get massages sponsored by Sarkodie or not. Now it's funny how these trends come. I mean, some of the trends to an extent, you know, hurt people. An example is the crates trend that came about several months ago where you have to climb crates and whatever. People ended up breaking bones and all of that. This trend though, I think that it's going to blow the song really quickly, but then also there's the other side looking at the health aspect of it. Will the two of you actually take to socials to engage in this trend?
I want to see Sarkodie's neck now.
I've done mine already.
That
no,
will make
to
me.
socials, Jay.
He posted
I
his
did
on
mine.
social media.
It's all
so he's
out.
You
done
did?
it. Yes.
On your Instagram?
Yes.
I haven't seen it then.
Oh, he has
there.
posted.
I haven't seen it then.
I did it to y'all talk
No,
song.
I know you
actually.
did mention you talked about it yesterday, so that's what I referred to. That I did see it, but I haven't seen the video.
Well, I
No.
did it for, and I did it for y'all talk.
Yeah, he put a Yaltog song on it. Maybe that's why you haven't seen it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'll check it out then. So, Stonebwoy Pay to Play. I think this just goes to show how very powerful celebrities are, how, you know, strong our voices are as, you know, people who are in the public domain and in the public eye. Because he just took to socials and posted something, and all of a sudden it's trending. It's everywhere. People are talking about it. It has actually pushed people to, you know, speak their minds and say whatever they have to say. But the pay to play, I know you guys have mentioned it earlier on in the show. Truthfully, do you think that is what's on the ground?
Well, I tell you what, Stonebwoy in times past have always had football friends, especially players from the Black Stars. So maybe if he's put such a statement out, he is standing on something.
Maybe he has inside information
or has inside information about one or two things that happen. But sometimes some of these things aren't it might be one or two persons who were engaged on the side unofficially with something like that, but that isn't the official way that it means that all 11 squad members playing on the field paid to play or something. It doesn't necessarily happen like that. Maybe one or two people, had a few corrupt ways of getting themselves.
But if that's the case, if that's actually the case, then it's really sad, because imagine having to pick people because they have paid and just having to sideline people who are actually talented and can play.
Let me tell you, like I told Cyril and Jay in the morning, I am waiting to see what the GFA will do about that statement. I was asking Cyril and Jay earlier whether they see some lawsuits coming. Because if you make an allegation of this magnitude, you should have evidence to prove it, especially when categorically you have stated that there is pay to play. I'm just hoping and waiting to see how GFA handles this, because this is bad PR, because considering the kind of person who is putting out that information, and like you're saying, it's trending now.
When there is an element of truth to something, it's best to stay away from it. So if GFA doesn't respond to this, that means that...
if they don't respond, that means there's truth.
There are two ways of it's being treated. One is either being treated as, it's just an opinion, post, it's fine. Or number two, there's truth in it, so we just want to just ignore it.
Well, I'll be so disappointed if they treat it in that manner. It means that you're definitely telling us that, believe it. Believe it. Now the guy has alleged that, then you don't respond to it. Then that's part of there's something fishy
about it. That's true.
So I'm just waiting to see how it pans out.
Well, let's see how that goes. Now, definitely, if there are updates to this and all the other stories that I brought to you, I'm definitely going to bring it to you on more episodes of Trending Live. Now, today is Tuesday until we look at TikTok Tuesdays. Tomorrow, however, we are going to be looking at Instagram Wednesdays. Remember that you can keep in touch with us on our socials. Get interactive with us. Big conversation up next. JG, let's go.
Thank you very much, Lenny, for that insight on our Trending Live. Anyway, coming up next, we're going to be still talking about the albums over the weekend. Wendy Shea's album as well as Kwabna's album. We did an extensive conversation on Sarkodie yesterday. It was good. Also, fortunately for us, the manager of Wendy Shea just might be joining us for a conversation to give us more insights into the direction.
You want trouble, eh? He's not manager of Wendy Shea. He's CEO of Rough Town Music.
See, I beg your pardon, my brother Vule. Please, I take my words back. Just part on my side, miss on my side, but anyway, CEO of Rough Town Records, yes, who has held down this label for many years and has done extensively, very, very well in promoting especially female artists. And I know it's not an easy thing to do, managing female artists. It takes a lot more work, and the challenges are just, something else. Sure. I had my fair share, but thanks.
You managed some female artists?
Yeah, back in the day, there was an artist called Lucika, whom I also...
that was your artist?
I tried.
Oh, you tried?
Yeah, I tried.
Lucika, she's now in Kumasi, eh?
Yeah, she got married.
Yeah.
So
she lived in France for a bit, and then
she's actually French Ghanaian.
Oh, she's French Ghanaian.
Yeah, so I was hoping to get visa and go to...
Jay, you're not serious.
Well, anyway,
see, they say she broke your heart. Did you have anything beyond just managing her? But she was a good artist, though.
Yeah, but
great rapper at that time.
It was me and my girlfriend were managing her, so how can I?
Oh, okay. Thanks for the clarity.
Yes. I put it out there, all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hide stuff, Yeah. All right. Yeah. It be so. Anyway, we're out of here. Let's go into our studio 899. There's more music conversations there coming up next.
Jiggy, no. Oh no. Ulama, I get on my bento. And I don't tell you tired, make we do like extra cool. Oh, and we go back to the time when this love is share, baby. You know I love you, but I'm always on the road. confess. Baby, lórúkọ bóyá family lórúkọ ọ̀nà. Sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi anyhow, mama. Sọ̀rọ̀ sí mi anyhow, my darling. I know you know easy to understand me. You know I love you, but I'm always on that road. Girl, you put me in the mood, and I know you want that too. And I carry shoulder down for you, jọ̀wọ́ má bí mi pa. I don't make my spinal loose. I don't make my spinal loose. I don't carry shoulder down for you, jọ̀wọ́ má bí mi pa. I'm a wala. I'm in your rain like umbrella. You lock me down like Mandela. Girl, you so sweet like vanilla. Don't wanna leave you, no never. And every time I tell you, say I love you, girl, it seems alive. Girl, I know if you hurt your soul. Girl, I know if you let you go. And I promise to tell the world to still be your guy. Girl, I love you, let you go. Girl, I love you, hurt my soul. If you say make I stay for love, oh, I go stay for love, oh, I go there for you, oh, ooh, oh. If you say make I stay for love, oh, I go stay for love, oh, I go die for you, oh, ooh, oh. I'm in the rain like umbrella. You lock me down like Mandela. Yeah, you so sweet like vanilla. Don't wanna leave you, no never. I'm in your rain like umbrella. You lock me down like Mandela. Yeah, you so sweet like vanilla. Don't wanna leave you, no never. Yeah, only my love, yeah. My body again. Don't look baby, my sala. I go buy you this, yeah. I go buy you, I go want you to get. It don't really matter. If you say make I stay for love, oh, I go stay for love, oh, I go there for you, oh, ooh, oh. If you say make I stay for love, oh, I go stay for love, oh, I go die for you, oh, ooh, oh. Umbrella, Mandela, vanilla, no never. Umbrella, Mandela, vanilla, no never.
That's Umbrella by One Day Cole. We're talking about him a couple of seconds ago. One of the artists that, we don't hear much of him in recent times after massive hits, collaborations with R2Bs in Ghana. Maybe he needs a Ghana vibe again, but all through we still respect One Day Cole for who he is. And I think he got married recently, or was he married or something? I saw something on like One Day Cole engaged or, oh no, that was MI, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
That was MI, I beg your pardon. That was MI instead. But anyway, all these artists, one way or the other, like I said, they're all Ghanaian artists, all of them. Right now, we've taken full control of these Nigerian artists and given them dual citizenship officially. So, Burna Boy is from Ghana, and you name all of them. They've all been through to Ghana before, and we'll hold them down. We still love them. December is going to be splurged with a lot of Nigerian artists, and when they come back, seize their passports and keep them here with us.
They love it here.
They love it here, definitely. Hey, so good morning to you. If you just tuned in, welcome to a part 2 more of our conversation in Studio 899. We're streaming live on Plus 89.9 FM as well. Let me say good morning to all the friends and family who keep watching us. Shouts to you, Emmanuel Gamo. I don't know where you are going to be right now, whether in South Africa or you are out of SA. I'm not too sure, but good to know that you are always locked down with us, a very good friend of mine. And yesterday as well, there was a gentleman who gave me a message all the way from Zambia as well. Good morning to you. I can't recall the name though, but it's good to know you are also locking us down in your country. Do want to come to Ghana for December. It's going to be an exciting place to be. Now, over the weekend, 3 great superstars released albums. Sarkodie brought us Jams, Wendy Shay brought Enigma, and Kwabena brought Famisa. We did an extended review on Sarkodie's performance in the first 72 hours plus of release of the album. Now we're going to jump on to Wendy Shay's Enigma, spend some time there, and then we can soak some Kwabena. Now, for purposes of streaming and copyright issue, we shall not be playing the music live on our social media platforms. However, you can join our discussions here with us and patronize the streams as well so that they can make some money off you, okay? It costs them money to make these songs. Sarkodie spends hundreds of thousands of euros, he had mentioned, in the making of Labadi featuring King Promise. So if he's going to recoup the money back, it means you have to go watch that video on YouTube. Listen to it on Boomplay, Spotify, Tidal, any of the platforms that he's posted it on, as well as Wendy Shay's and Kwabena. But let's now come to the conversation this morning with, unfortunately, we don't have Sway Kid here to give us some more insight, but we can do the checking on our own as well.
Well, yesterday, the team from Wendy Shay's camp,
okay,
they posted something that I want to immediately share. So the Enigma EP is number 6 on top 100 world music albums in the US. It's
number 6.
Yes, on top 100 world music albums USA.
Wow.
Apple Music, it's top 100 Ghana Apple Music.
It's in the top 100.
It's number 11. Number
11.
Yes.
Okay.
Top 100 Ghana Apple Music albums. Okay, this is on your screen right now. And on Boomplay, it's number 3 on trending albums, and Audiomack is number 4 on trending albums.
Well done.
So far, as of yesterday.
Yes, not bad for the start into first 72 hours of release of the music. And let's
and just like the man, Sway Kid said yesterday, the numbers have shot up from yesterday. Yesterday, she was in. I think she had done about 90 something, or she was yet to hit 100K. Now she's, at least from the front end, not the back end. Sway Kid has the back end, but on Boomplay now, that album has 126.5K streams.
Just a
Yeah, that's what he has now.
You will give them the insights.
The EP, the EP. But that's what I'm saying. That this is the front end. The back end might be doing better than this, but at least she's moved. He kept saying that when these songs gradually grow. So
I mean, this morning, Serial drove into the premises of 3 Music and jamming Habibi. No, was Habibi? One man. Yes.
Boom, 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 one man.
I was torn between whether it was love for the music or the video that he watched on.
No, that video is from Habibi.
Habibi.
Yeah, one man.
You see, God has really.
One man is
Habibi, rock my body.
But I like what Ms. G said. He said the back end is doing better.
Could be better than this. But the front end, at least that is evident for everyone to see. It's 126.5.
To be fair, the back end is what the front end is what.
Are we going to say back end, front end the whole show? I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to survive.
I don't even think
the back end
right.
The back end is better than the front end.
Let me confess, when she started talking, I zoned out for a bit. And then I just came back to it, and the front end is much better. I was like, what? Is love?
Can you imagine?
It's a man thing.
And here I was repeating it.
So we can use the chart and then the system.
That is better for you.
Yes, the chart is front end.
And then the system is back end.
Because we are here for 1 hour, so if we have front end, back ending, we might spoil the show.
Let's start our conversation from the testing mic.
Testing mic 2.
1, 2, 2. Is the mic quick? 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Anyway, let's start with direction of the album and what she and the team wanted to achieve to what is out there and what we have derived from it. For me, I get a sense of a worldly album, not necessarily touching on Afro beats. I think she went hard with her, I don't know whether I should say dancehall or soca or
soca, yes, Caribbean, like a Caribbean touch,
yes.
You sense the Caribbean touch.
I think there's a place where all that converges. There's a bit of dancehall in her lyricism and her songwriting. There's a lot of reggae dancehall vibe because there's all a bad girl and give me my money and all that is really dancehall inspired lyricism. But the beats have that soca vibe and that Afro vibe. And the tempo of like Habibi like this, it's very oriental.
It's really oriental actually.
I would have loved to see Sonia Chiba on that record.
Exactly what I was about to say.
Sonia Chiba should be on that record.
The very day I heard, I was like, this reminds me of Sonia Chiba's music. Sonny, Mama.
Maybe they should do a remix.
Serious. That's how Habibi,
Yeah, but that's a winning formula.
Yeah.
And that's the largest market on the planet.
Yeah.
So,
the
Hindu
market.
Exactly.
You know that Mariama also has the same oriental vibe, right?
Mariama.
Oh, it's also on the album. It has that same.
I thought you were talking about somebody.
No, it's also on that album. It also has that same oriental vibe.
I think that's on purpose. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I've seen some people dancing already to the Habibi.
Yeah.
I saw her herself put out that video.
Yeah.
So maybe I think that's like their flagship.
Seems like, that's what I was going to say.
Even though I don't agree with that being the flagship, and I'll explain why.
Looking at the fact that Sarkodie could have done an Afrobeat album and Wendy Shea could have done an Afrobeat album. Here are 2 great artists who have all taken a step away from Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Is that something we are picking up from this vibe?
Wendy Shea actually did say that, I mean, the interview here, she said that she wanted to be herself. She wanted to be who she's always seen herself as, and not just because she's known for doing controversial music. So this was intentional. And you look back in 2019 where she dropped, is it Shay? No, not the album.
Shining Star or Shay on You.
Let me just cross-check it. I don't want to miss out on that. That album also had no features. It was just Wendy on there. But that album had a lot of controversial hits. You know, like some 120, some 23. Shay on You 2019. So he had some 35, he had Uber Driver, he had Bedroom Commando, he had Hasta La Vista, you know, he had Massacre. He had all sort of, you know, interesting commercial hits to enter the Ghanaian market and, you know, test their pulses and stuff like that. Then she moved on to do Shining Star in 2021, which had features, you know, how to work with other artists and stuff like that. I think Enigma is more or less a project that reincarnates Wendy Shay as an artist. You've heard me on these records. Now let me show you what else I could do. The same way Black Sheriff would say, I didn't want to feature anybody else on my album, on my first album, because I want people to know that this is my story, this is my sound. Get used to it before you get used to me being on other
So you
people's
feel
sound.
this is the Wendy Shay
I feel like this is
space.
a Wendy Shay.
This is
and Ricky and I were talking about, I'm not to cut you. Ricky and I were talking about it just before we got into the studio, that Wendy Shay actually sang. You know, she had the creative freedom to sing the way she would want to sing, like the way she came to perform here. We're like, oh, Wendy, you can sing, So I feel like it's all part of the strategy. But hey, I mean, we were just on the outside, so.
Yeah, so on her singing as well, I was going to come to, when she came here, we realized that she has range. I think Wendy has vocal range. Prior to her coming here, I hadn't really heard her sing the way she sang that day, right? And so I think that it's also part of the reason why she's released an album, an EP like this, so that we are able to tell. Because if you remember, coming into the industry, people said, oh, she's jumping off the back of, you know, Ebony, God rest her soul, and she doesn't even know how to sing, and, you know, the songs she's doing are for Ebony. So I'm sure she couldn't find herself then. But I think with this particular EP, she's actually just reiterating what some people may know that we don't know, you know, just putting her true self out there and letting us see her for her. And I think it's good. I like how she actually, you know, goes in between all of the songs. It's actually really good to listen to. The whole EP, and the fact that it just lasts 15 minutes gives you that time to listen to it over and over and over again. And then with the songs as well, I noticed they are just really short songs. Really short. It adds up to 15 minutes. So you just get to, you know, listen to it over and over and over and over again. And I think that will help her in the long run.
So would you say the album has good replay value?
It does have good replay value, because you know what happens with EPs and albums, when it's lengthy, when it goes over an hour, sometimes over 2 hours, you even feel lazy having to sit and listen to
an hour.
Oh, Chris Brown.
No, it does. It does.
Brown released like over 20-something songs on an album.
Yeah, it does. It goes over over an hour, and then you have to just skip through. Right, but this one you're like, oh, 15 minutes, it's going to come really soon, and then you just listen to it all. So yeah,
what about the whole idea of she not doing features on the album? I mean,
well, before we even go to features, I have a different perception about the EP. Now, like Lenny said, she sings on this one. They both said that, but it gives me a different Wendy Shay. The only 2 songs on the EP that tells me that this is Wendy Shay, or makes, if I didn't know the artist and I was just listening to the voice, that will say, oh, this is a Wendy Shay kind of song, is Murder and Heaven. Everything else is different. I don't know, you know, what difference she was trying to portray, and everything else sounded the same.
Interesting.
That's how it felt to me, because I'm not listening one after the other. I just played the whole thing on Boomplay, and apart from Murder and Heaven, that sounded like a Wendy Shay. You know, like we're talking about BB.
Maybe to an extent, one man, right?
Yeah, to an extent, one man. But there are BB, Mariama, and all. And I'm like, okay, where is she heading? Maybe there's a different target audience that she's looking at now that we do not know about, because this is not the Wendy Shay I've known. And if you even look at the lyrics, the shots that we would expect, you know, to, you know, grow on us, you know, maybe a pressure, you know, we would have those lyrics sticking on our lips and we are singing it, you know, the one
but don't you think that's what Olele was saying with regards to this is the Wendy that you know.
She also said that during the interview, but I'm saying that I don't know what strategy she has for it to, don't grow on us. Because if you're used to a certain kind of artist...
Cyril has been jamming to the one man. Listen, guys, sorry to catch him. Guys, I want to confess real quickly on behalf of Cyril. He drove into the premises, loud music. Like,
that early in the morning.
Yeah,
driving early in the morning at 6 a.m. with loud music in a Mercedes. Tinted glasses, soaking Wendy Shea's music, and he had left his family in the house.
Shout out to Wendy Shea, one man is a banger. Haters are worried. Listen, they don't know. Baby girl, they don't know.
They don't know what you give them.
But I'm trying to understand which audience she's looking at now. Maybe it's not the audience she's used to, proud to today, or proud to the release of this. Because, when you're expecting an artist to release, you have a certain mindset of the previous consumption you've done and expecting that, it follows in that trend. Well, even though she's told us that, this is me, it's a me that I am not used to. So I'm like, this EP, okay, how's it going to do? Why is this song sounding like this? And again, the lyrics are... I don't know whether maybe then it goes to confirm that over the period, is that Bullets has had some huge, influence on the lyrics we've had. In
so I'm picking information from. However, I don't have evidence to this, but I'm very sure when I read this, he would back it up for me as well. But from Coca, Coca says that Wendy Shea has got a strong market around Australia, New Zealand, and Solomon Islands.
Okay.
Probably that has what
that's
has
why. So maybe she's moved.
The Solomon Islands is where Adina performed there some time ago.
I see.
That means they are really in tune with Ghanaian
tunes, eh?
Yeah.
So maybe that's the direction of this EP, because again, it is not the Wendy Shea that we are used to. I was looking for controversial lyrics in there, things that I will carry on. Now I'm struggling. Apart from the guy saying one man is what they are used to or what they love, I'm sticking to Heaven because I've heard Heaven over and over, so I know what Heaven sounds like. I'm just looking at how the other songs would, grow on me, and I'll be able to sing it and be able to. And they are not danceable tunes. I don't know if anybody else.
I think there's New Level. New Level is actually one that's a danceable tune.
It depends on how you're dancing. For instance, Habibi.
There are places that you can play one dance, and she herself dance to Habibi.
That's what I'm saying.
They are very danceable.
For instance, with Habibi, if I don't have the hips that don't lie, I wonder how I'll be doing Habibi. My body.
Maybe I just not. Hey, but you're doing it.
No, wait. And I'm saying this because this is a time when we're entering into a party season. So are we looking at these songs being jammed at? Let's be realistic. Will these songs be the jam at parties with three people, hopping here and there? That's what I'm asking. I could be wrong. That's why we're all here to share our opinion. But I'm looking, which of the songs? In Heaven, there is no boyfriend
maybe she doesn't
will
want
not get me on my feet. That's what I'm saying. I just noticed that, that these songs are not tunes that you bang to at a party and get people dancing. Unlike previous Wendy Shea songs that you see people dancing to. So again, maybe there's a different strategy to it. There's a different audience she's looking at. And again, she's unveiling who she is as Wendy Shea to us. Maybe
there
we'll
is
just
a reaction from Cyril.
No, I know he's coming to maybe we just gradually imbibe this.
He's told you that the songs you can dance to them.
We thank you very much for your sermon. We'd like to move into the gospel for today. We, the Wendy Shea Fans Association, we are grateful for your inputs.
Shea Gang.
Yeah, the Shea Gang. And all I want to say is that, look, yes, you're right. Wendy Shea, we know there's a certain type of Wendy Shea, and we are expecting that stereotype. I feel like this project is her being able to experiment on different things and present herself in new ways. The pleasant surprise we all had when she did the acoustic session here is something that I feel like they are trying to activate consciously now, because there was a lot of vocal presence on the song. There were moments in each of the songs where she actually brought her voice and her singing to bear, and that's contrary to the stereotype, quote unquote, that we know her for. So I feel like in expanding the Wendy Shea brand, this step was needed. Tomorrow, if there's a fusion album, that's the bad girl that we know. And then this soulful, soca, R&B vibes that we've experienced, we'd be okay with that. I feel like sometimes artists use their work as the biggest PR tool. And we've stated on multiple platforms over and over again that Wendy Shay was burdened earlier on in her career with a PR nightmare.
Yeah,
where her arrival was
Plagued
coincidentally plagued with the demise of another big artist on the same label. And that PR stain takes a long time
to wear off.
So instead of going on radio tours and saying, I'm not Ebony every week, the best way to do that is to show us. And I think this enigma, something that doesn't understand itself, is the best way of showing us that she is more than the bad girl and the share and all those things. She's a vocal power. She can do songs like One Man, which are laid back
So
Afro
does
vibe,
this
and then there's
album-
Habibi.
Does
with
this
all that.
album make Wendy Shay, to push her a step into becoming one of the, I don't want to say global, but let's start from Africa, African accepted female pillars, in music.
What Wendy Shay did on One Man, like I'm using that as a reference because Thames does exactly that, and we set ourselves on fire.
We
Thames.
celebrate her, yes.
Jackie does exactly that, and we hail her to the highest ranks. Gucci, who are the other girls? There's Ayra Starr. There's a bunch of females who are killing it in that space, in that tempo, in that melody, in that vibe. Yeah, are they breaking my waist in my head? How's that different from One Man? One Man. It's literally the same space, right? But why are we so open? That kind of Gucci, Jackie, boom, it's gone. But for Wendy Shay, we are still expecting.
Sarah, I think it's because of what Miss G said, the way she entered.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That so the best way to solve that PR problem is to show working, and that's what she's done on this. So I feel like the focus for her, the follow-up that they need to do as a label, is to make sure that the songs that are least
talked about,
that are least like
Wendy Shay
that we know are the ones that need to be pushed now for everybody to have that. Whoa, Wendy Shay be this, because that's where the spark of growth happens. The same way she came on live session here and acoustically blew we all be industry people. But she walked in here and we gave her roses because we did not expect that. And that ripple effect needs to flow out to the fans.
Miss G mentioned 2 songs on the album that, for her expresses
Heaven and what?
And Murder. Now,
which one is Murder? Murder is Pay Me My Money. Which one?
It was the first song. It was the first song on the album.
Which one?
The first one is Murder.
Pay Me My Money is Hustle. Hold on.
The first one is Murder. So she has Murder,
Ruthless,
Mariama, Ruthless, One Level, Heaven, Habibi. And then
I want
there's
to
the
bring
last
the
one. I think
question
with Ruthless,
to Heaven. The last track on the album is Heaven.
Yes,
Heaven.
That's the boyfriend, right?
Yeah, Heaven. There's no boyfriend.
Yes. I want to ask about the number of songs on there, and if you feel we should have 7 songs. Yeah,
7 songs.
If a bit more should have given statements such as, I want to hear Wendy Shay that I know.
I think she did what she had to do on the EP, really, because...
Okay, it's an EP.
Yeah, it's an EP. So it's 7 songs.
Oh, okay, all right. Sorry, my bad. Please, apologies. I was looking at it as an album.
No, I think she did what she had to do, and hopefully moving forward should also bring more of her out on different bodies of work, because she's still discovering herself, which she's made us know already, right? So I think that is one way we can pardon. I'm saying pardon because people will say I'm saying pardon because people will say that she didn't give or she didn't serve the Wendy Shay that she was supposed to give, right? In reference to what Miss G said. So then we can quote unquote pardon her for not giving us the danceable tunes and the
I get what you're saying.
hip tunes
that
she doesn't need pardon.
No, please don't extend the pardon that she's saying. Also, you married. I'm her manager, please.
Not in that way. What I'm saying is, we'll forgive her, we'll accept her for giving us. Okay, let me just say, let me use accept. Exactly. Would accept her for the other side of her that she's given us, rather than not giving us, that whole danceable. Maybe in another EP or in another album, she'll serve us with the typical Wendy Shay that we know.
I think. Sorry for trying to bite you.
Thank you.
I think the position.
man.
I think the positioning of Wendy on this, new era that she's given us is like a party going doing for the first 4 years. Do what the people want you to, see, and then now let's become do yourself in there. And then she's done that for us. And for me, like I said, I went to the album to listen.
The EP.
And beg your pardon. I went to the EP to listen, and to be very, very honest, I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it. It was really good.
I'm not saying that we don't like it. I'm just saying that so I've been a consumer of Wendy Shea's music. It is not what I've known her for. I'm not saying that she should not be dynamic. Of course, she sat here and told us that, look, this is me now, and she said that she influenced most of the lyrics. So that's why I'm saying that now it is very evident, if you listen to the song, that Bullet had a huge influence in most of the songs we've heard prior to now, because you can see a Wendy Shea lyrics now, or what she sounds like from her writing prowess, as compared to what Bullet would infuse in what she used to sound like. So, and again, I am more concerned about the commercial value of these EP that she's released, especially as we are going into a party season. Then Coca comes in to say, oh, maybe this is not the target audience. So I am more like, which target audience? What's the commercial value of what you've given to us? Question. And again, because people are now going to be knowing a new Wendy Shea, are we ready to imbibe this new Wendy Shea? How is she projecting that on us? How are they pushing it on us? Because again, if someone like me would have to be convinced many times to go beyond maybe a certain number of songs here that sound like the Wendy Shea I want to hear, but what's the strategy to get me to fall in love with all the other tracks? So these are what we are looking at. It's not more like about Wendy Shea sounding. I don't want the conversation to be like, oh, we are critiquing that she's moved to become something else or she's been dynamic. We are saying that what's the strategy? Because now, as we speak now, earlier it was 120 something, it's 131.1K now on Boomplay. So maybe there's something they're doing that, like the guy said, was get it to gradually grow on us. That is what I want to understand. Maybe there's some strategy we do not know about.
So your other question you wanted to pop?
Let's look at an album called Enigma. We don't know that the EP. We don't know the artist from anywhere. Olele, how much would you rank the album on the song, the enjoyability, the music?
Rating it?
Yeah, rating it. Forget about Wendy Shea. Let's say it's not a Wendy Shea album.
I'll give it
You just went on Boomplay, Shuffle.
I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 straight. I'll give it an 8 straight.
Maybe a 9. I actually enjoyed the songs. You don't know about Wendy Shea from anywhere. I actually enjoyed the songs. So for me, what it is for me is, like, I like to listen to songs. So I enjoy songs a lot. Sometimes the weirdest of songs that people don't like, I will like. So I think I like it.
So what would you rate it?
I said a 9.
9.
Yeah.
Miss G?
I don't have ratings for it.
No, you don't know the song.
I don't have ratings for it. Yesterday I didn't have ratings for Sarkodie's album, and it was okay. I don't have ratings for it.
Okay, she wants to be stubborn. I'll deal with it.
I don't have ratings for it.
I know. I'll deal with it. Don't worry.
I think which is okay. Maybe later
yesterday
she will.
On Sarkodie's album, I didn't have ratings for it, and I said today I don't have ratings because I try not to. When I want to rate something, I want to be able to rate it and be sure in my heart that I've rated it. I don't want to rate it in a way that will upset anybody. So I'd rather not rate anybody's work.
What's your rating?
You understand?
You don't know Wendy Shea from anywhere. It's an album. I said, Jay, play this in your car. Tell me about the artist.
Let me rate Miss G.
No. No. I go scatter here.
Why are you forcing people to rate when they don't have
I want to make a point.
I'd give a Wendy Shea Enigma. No. Sorry, I'd give an Enigma EP a 7 out of 10. Yeah.
You can explain later. Let me finish what I'm saying. I feel like the brand.
How would you rate it, Cyril?
Me, if I didn't know Wendy Shea from anywhere, I'd give it an 8.
An 8. It's an 8. Straight.
I feel like the brand and the persona Wendy Shea, her journey, her stories, the PR challenges, what we've known her for and put her in a certain box, is casting a shadow on the creative work that she's presenting to us now. So we are not looking at the work so much.
We're looking at the
person.
But what are we looking at all this while?
No, we are
talking
looking
about
at the
music.
G, let me learn.
No, what I'm trying to... Okay,
jet fuel is expensive. When I
go ahead. Go ahead.
Jet fuel is expensive.
You should go with an ego next time.
Yeah, praise the Lord. So as I was saying, I feel, me personally, my observation, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to have this observation, the persona and the brand Wendy Shea is going to affect how people take in the product. And that's fine, right? But I feel like it's putting a lot of pressure on how people want to look at the song, because each song on there is actually very good.
Yep.
each song on there is actually very good. But what we do as Reflexes, we are doing, this song is great, but it's not like what she did last time. This song is great, but it's not like what I expected. There's always a suffix to our statement, and that's where I think she's going to be damaged the most by everybody's perception.
And Cyril, I think we cannot walk away from the personality. It has great influence on the admiration, the appreciation of the hard work, whether it's sweet, because it's the brain power that I'm using to think, and the brain power would definitely, a part of it will be consumed by whether I like the person or because, for example, I'll just say this real quickly. So sorry.
That's okay.
Nas and Jay-Z's beef. I loved Jay-Z, but so when Nas and Jay-Z beefed, I hated Nas, and because of that, anything Nas did, I didn't like. It's just until recently.
It's because you went to Ajimota. Listen,
until recently when Nas dropped King's Disease.
King's Disease 3. He's done it 3 times.
Yes, it's when I started developing my love for Nas. Even with that, because I saw the two of them had come back. So I think with what Cyril is saying, yes, I think it plays a part in there.
It doesn't. That's what I was trying to say. That for some of us it doesn't, because what's the point? What am I admiring about Wendy Shea hips as a female? Or no, I'm because you said the persona of the person will influence how we look at it.
No, you got it wrong. Other examples. You chose your example. We will give other examples.
Let me land on what I got.
There's been a relationship between you and her on that interview. It might be your subconscious.
I don't want her to go far. I don't want you to go far because you took the wrong car, sister.
He's just expanded on what I wanted to speak about.
Right,
you see where you have gone.
I don't want my statement to be misconstrued. That's why I want to clarify.
Hold on.
You have your turn. She said, the way she was introduced to us and the kind of things she used to do in the past and the PR around her would influence how we're looking at it. Since we started speaking, nobody has gone to say that 5 years ago when Shea showed something here, so he's influencing this song in this way. I don't think anybody has said that. You see what you just said? Now, sitting in this chair, I'm sure somebody listening will say, oh, because of Miss G and Wendy Shea, whatever. And I have never mentioned that. Like, Wendy Shea and I are good. But I'm just speaking per my opinion on what I have heard and what I would rather hear. Still saying that, okay, maybe this is a new one that will grow on us. So let's not make it look like we are looking at her because this is how she was introduced and all. We are looking at the works. Nobody has made reference to maybe in 2 years ago, or she said this about this person, so it's affecting the song on the track. We've not said that. No. We are looking at the song. So, like how you just thought about it and said it, I'm sure somebody at home also would look at it and say, oh, because Miss G does it. I have soaked the music how many times? I've played this EP since Saturday when he introduced me to Boomplay, and I've been stuck. Even this morning, I still listen to the entire EP, and I am sharing my sentiments on what I know prior to today and what I think would be the challenge for people like me with regards to this EP. And
which will also be influenced by who you are as Miss G, because you are...
It will be influenced about who I am as a consumer of Wendy Shea's music.
So when One God put out a tweet on something, people will look at him as One God, not as his enemy is Satekla. Yes, they'll look at him as Stonebwoy.
I don't get it.
Just anybody put it out there. So I think always people would always definitely carry personality.
That's what I'm saying. That is not the truth in my case.
No. I understand that.
So if anybody, like your example you gave about Nas, let me dissociate myself from that and say that in my case, I'm not looking at Wendy Shea as a female artist. I'm looking at her works.
Great. It's good you've cleared the air on that. Unfortunately, people's opinions will always be their opinions.
Well, it doesn't
exactly. So I'm saying that somebody will carry that notion in his head. So it's good that you've cleared that out. Cyril, you were going to say?
I was just going to say that it's not a Wendy Shea specific analysis that I made. We had the same parameters for Sarkodie, where we expected that Obededepon Bede was the one going to come and do that.
I get text.
Was the one going to do
mobile money. I told somebody I sent me mobile money. As we celebrate International Ethics and Fraud Awareness.
Really?
Yeah.
Cyril, we are listening.
I was saying that we all expected Obededepon Bede. Now, on the
Jams
project,
playlist,
right? Because the persona is bigger than the content.
Yeah.
You understand? That's why when we heard the content, we were all like, yeah, but this is not the SAC. That's all I'm saying, that from the get-go, a lot of people are going to hear when the Shade drop EP. And even before they hit play, 50% of the perception about the new EP has been formed based on how they perceive Wendy Shea.
Her works, not the human being.
Yes.
The
The
then
brand, that's why I said the brand. I wasn't talking about human being. I said the brand that we know as Wendy Shea. When they say, that's why I said, if you didn't know who it was, and I said, here's a Wendy Shea EP, go and listen. Even before you plug it in and play track one, you are expectant of some kind of thing, right? That's what I'm saying, that expectation is what creates the great contrast. Because when you play it, what you were expecting and what you hear, there's a big gap between it, right? And that big gap need not be a negativity. That's all I'm saying.
But
Do you know what I'm saying?
nobody has said it is. Wait, let me just
I didn't say. I'm just making a blanket statement.
You see,
that if we listen to her music from a more neutral standpoint of wanting to enjoy good music,
maybe appreciated them more.
Which is not even going to be possible. Which is not going to be possible. That's
we
what
do
I'm
that for
trying to
every
say.
other artist. We just did that for Sarkodie yesterday.
You just said to us now that even with Sarkodie, we had a certain perception about what we wanted to hear on the Jams album, and that's why people are still even complaining that it's not sounding like the Sark we know. Why can we say that about Sark and we can't say that about Wendy Shea?
I didn't say we shouldn't say that.
I'm asking questions.
Okay.
Why can we say that, this is not a Sark we used to know. This is not a Sark. This is like Jams album, and we kept defending that. He said this is Jams, so we're only expecting that if we jammable or if there's a word like that. If we're able to say that about Jams and still expecting a certain Sarkodie we're used to, and we didn't find him on Jams, why can't we say that we're used to a certain Wendy Shea with expectations and saying that this is not the Wendy Shea I'm used to?
I think it's a fair statement to make.
But the difference between Sark and Wendy Shea, the difference, don't give her fans.
It's a
fair statement.
It's only right.
On her.
This is you should have been called to the bar this year. You should have been called to the bar this year.
Don't watch her previous videos. Don't watch. So I was saying that the difference in that analysis between Wendy Shea and Sark is that we have seen Sark before as Jams. Sark has done what he did on Jams before.
Yeah.
So as much as we were not expecting that, we know that side of Sark. What I'm saying is that what Wendy Shea has done on Enigma, right?
Isn't Jams different to an extent?
Let me hear you. See, you see.
Don't worry, their mics are off. Cyril, their mics are off. Don't worry. Cyril, their mics are off. Don't worry, we can't hear them.
Give him an example.
Cyril, I need to finish. Their mics are off.
So yesterday, listen, bro,
we can't hear
yesterday,
them.
Out of all the pictures on my phone,
Why are you sleeping?
I said, let me post my babies. Let the world see my babies. And you want to kill me on air? Listen to my point. Let me land there. Charlie,
land. Okay, land.
Let me land. I told you jet fuel is expensive. When I take off like that, don't let me burn it.
I started to feel hot safe.
So I was saying, I've forgotten. I was saying that everything Sark did on Jams, we've heard it before. The first word that came out of Olele's mouth was Azonto Fiesta. We've heard it before, Sark and the party vibe. It wasn't new to us. We know he's capable of that, and we love him for that. But I'm saying this vocal powerhouse side of Wendy Shea is not that known to anybody. Do you get it? We know her for the bad girl, the dancehall vibe, the Afro dancehall vibe, and all that, right? But these things that she did on these songs, we don't know her for that on a large scale.
Yeah, I'm very interested in Miss G's reaction. But just before that, please, this is business. For a very long time, creatives have remained in the background of everything they have created. Now the time has come to bring them to the forefront, or bring to the forefront the creators of the art we see. That is exactly what Art Appreciate Creative Awards will be doing. That's Art Appreciate Creative Awards will be doing. Now, the Art Appreciate Creative Awards will be happening on the 19th of November, of course, this month, at the 3 Music headquarters. That's this weekend, this Saturday, exactly at 4 p.m. Attendance is free. All you need to do is register via the link on their Instagram page in the bio. Just click. It's Art Appreciate _. That's Art Appreciate. And Appreciate is PRECIATE. I'm spelling it for Serial at appreciate _ to reserve a seat. Partners are, of course, Free Music, Hallmark Cafe, Rock North Studio, Lucent Wedding, Gandor Ushering Agency, and Global Ovation. Fellow Crusaders, like they say, assemble. Okay, so leave that out now, please.
Was I done?
Now, Cyril.
Cyril. Timekeeper.
Anybody who watched Wendy Shea perform at this year's VGMA will know that we've heard Wendy Shea show. I think for me, it was the first time I saw Wendy sing, not when she came to perform here. I want to ask you if you've listened to Survivor. If you've listened to Survivor, what did Wendy Shea do on Survivor? If you say we've heard Sarkodie do this, so we are used to a certain Sarkodie who's already done a song like Azonto Fiesta, which sounds like what we are hearing on Jams. What did Wendy Shea do on Survivor? She sang. She sang. Look at her performance at the VGMA. I'm trying to remember another Wendy Shea song where she actually put her vocals on, and it was because even the performance at the VGMA, I remember us saying that she's starting with worship. If you can cast your mind back to VGMA performance this year of Wendy Shea, she started the thing like she was doing worship, and she came to show us her power in her voice. So it's not that we have never seen Wendy Shea like this before. So I beg to differ when he
Cyril,
says that we've seen Sarkodie in showing us Azonto Fiesta, so we know this side of Sarkodie. Wendy Shea also has shown us this side. To be frank, what did she do with Heaven?
When you say what did she do with Heaven?
She sang on Heaven. If you want to listen to the Heaven track again, listen to it and listen to Peshe or the previous Wendy Shea songs. So gradually, Wendy Shea has been showing us this side of her. So I would not agree with Cyril if he says it's because we know Sarkodie was doing Azonto Fiesta. Wendy Shea did Survivor. Play the Survivor track and see. Anybody who remembers the Survivor track, the track where she talked about domestic violence, she basically was showing us her voice dexterity. So I will not agree that it was because we've known Sarkodie with Azonto Fiesta.
Cyril.
Wendy Shea singing, we've known.
Can I say something?
I want support Miss GB.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I think
I want support Miss G some way.
I think.
Well, no, you get something to talk. No. Okay, so my mic there. No problem. My point. Okay, no. You've
been quiet all
after the show. Somebody go right for Facebook. Cyril like talk too much. I beg you, guy on Facebook. I beg you. I say make you talk.
Today you're not talking.
I'm not.
I think the mistake we are doing is we are judging a body of work with the same judgment we would use for a single. This is a body of work. It's a 7-track EP. It has a lot of things in there that we could single out and talk about. With what Cyril and Miss G are going back and forth on about, yes, of course. I mean, Sark, this is the first time Sark has done something unusual of him. It's equally the same for Wendy Shea. She's done something unusual of herself. However, what we need to look at here is the fact that she delivered. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, she delivered.
And we are slowly recognizing that our commercial artists are transitioning into the artists they want to become.
Into global artists.
Into global artists.
Yes, I think you know what I like about what you are saying.
Yeah, you don't do a body of work and expect it to remain just in Ghana because the market has moved. We are not looking to raise local champions. Kiddy, the real Kiddy is Dramina from Moonlight Cafe.
Yeah.
He's an R&B singer.
R&B singer, yeah.
But when Kiddy is dropping a song...
Shout out to Sydney Scott.
Shout out. But when Kiddy wants to drop a record, that could give him activation in certain markets or get him the buzz. He will give you a commercial record. Then after, he will drop a project like Golden Boy. And it will draw you to the album to listen to who Dramina and not Kiddy. You listen to Dramina and you listen to how good he is as a singer. That is what Wendy Shea has done. Before she dropped Enigma, she dropped what? Heaven. Typical Wendy Shea. In heaven, there is no...
Hey,
there's no boyfriend.
There's no boyfriend.
Oh, you are?
Funny enough, let me quickly add this to it, yeah?
I know where he was
Wendy and her team, I need to give them big ups for the interpolation they use in their songwriting. When you listen to Murder is an interpolation of Burna Boy's Like to Party. She interpolated the song very nicely. When you listen to Ruthless, she tried to interpolate Rihanna's but shut down Tosso. So we move away from that. Heaven, we heard that do in heaven, there is no beer with heaven, there is no boyfriend. Why? Because of the nostalgic effect. So when we sit here, we're having this conversation because we are trying to understand the science and the art behind album releases over the years. At first, these things wouldn't be considered. But now, in the kind of dispensation we find ourselves in, I think our artists are trying their best to also put their names in these conversations, not just in Ghana, but globally. Familia, Mr. Familia was the guy who sang poverty-related songs. But if you listen to Sounds of Peter is arguably one of the best albums we've had from this country.
That's a really good one.
I haven't had the chance to exhaust all of it though, but yeah. I should.
You get me? We should actually take your time. And the only problem I had with Sounds of Peter was the arrangement of the songs. But it's okay. But if you listen to that piece of work, that was familiar. And he even tells you that, look, people know him as familiar, but now he's Peter. You see, our artists are evolving.
Yeah, I think that song, that classic, is it Praise?
Praise.
It was.
You know, when he dropped Praise, right? It was like, whoa.
Honestly.
Whoa, familiar,
I agree
whoa.
with you. Yeah.
And that song went viral. Then even on the album, he has Thank You, which is like a part 2 of Praise.
Yeah.
So now Peter sees that, I think I knocked that in. So either I continue in that stride or I tell people that, you know what, I can do more of this and other things. That is what Wendy is trying to do. Like I said, in 2019, Shey Onyu, she had no features, right? She came into the what do you call it? She came into the industry with several hit songs. So if you ask me, Shey Onyu was like a compilation of hit singles that were doing the rounds, around the country, and that is where we have that perception that Wendy Shey is the kind of lady or the kind of artist to give us that kind of music. In her EP, normally, at the zero, educate me if I'm wrong. Normally, if an artist wants to break into a market with a project, they will start with an EP, right? Because an EP is supposed to be like a short project for you to know the introductory project, right? When the Shey has dropped Shey Onyu 2019, she dropped what do you call it? Shining Star in 2021, and in 2022 she decided to drop an EP. That is why I said that it is possible that she's using this project as a reintroduction into the market to let other people know that, look, I can do this.
Praise the Lord.
But I can also do that.
Yeah.
So in any area you find yourself in, I can fit into that conversation. There are some songs in there, like, look, one of the beautiful records apart from the one that we love, I listen to New Level today. High Life. Yeah. Pure high life, but with contemporary touches.
New level.
Fantastic record.
Song as well. New Level is a great tune.
Fantastic record, and this record can be plugged not even in Nigeria, but in other neighboring countries, like the way Bisakade dropped. What do you call it? Is it Mansa?
Brother.
But is it brother? Was this one of? I need to be sure. I can't remember. But this kind of songs or a song like New Level can be plugged in our neighboring countries, and it could even give our artists opportunities to even go on these stores than looking at the bigger. Oh, I need to go to the UK. I need to go to the UK. I get the fact that maybe they want to activate the songs abroad, but look at the immediate picture, which is your neighboring countries. These songs could be doing well in Cote d'Ivoire. It could be doing well in Benin. It could be doing well in Nigeria, Togo, whatever. Activate these songs before you even think about going global, because the EP has a song for anybody in any part of the world.
Yeah, I think the EP has positioned her very well for
it's as simple as that. And
audience
if it's a strategy,
performance,
exactly. If it's a strategy, it's worked for me.
The consumer rarely has an understanding of what music strategy is. So I listen to it.
Consumption, personal opinion.
Yeah. But listen, for all you know, we don't know what her label has planned.
Right.
We don't know if there are any remixes to any of these tracks.
Right.
We don't know if there are any media activations, digital activations around these tracks. We are not privy to anything apart from the content they've given us. But we cannot conclude that that is it cut and dry. Like you are saying, the diversity on the EP allows her to plug into various conversations. Means you are looking at me too serious.
Because you are repeating things I've said, so I'm just looking at you. I've asked about their strategy and whether it's a new strategy or whatever. So I'm just looking at you.
Shegen, they are coming for us.
There's a ceremony at the National Theatre Conference Center this afternoon at 3 p.m. Miss J has been called alone to the bar.
One bar. There's only one bar available for Miss G. Private ceremony.
What kind of bar?
There was a picture.
They should bring the bar here.
There was a picture that a friend of mine posted on the same day that the lawyers were called to the bar. He went stand by a bar. He says he has also been called.
It's close. Everyone have a bar. No, but seriously, I think we should learn to critique the music more on the production quality, the production style, the creative input, and the creative performance. Production quality, does it sound good? When you play this with the Wizkid, with the Davido, with
talking
the
about
Burna,
mixing,
is the mix solid?
What do you think? So hold on that one. Speak on that one for me.
I think on the mix, there's some work to be done on the more pop-oriented songs because the instrumentation becomes loaded, and that takes the space of where you'd want Wendy's vocals to come out, to stand out. Okay. So if you go to the songs that are more thinner on the instrumental, like One Man, on the other songs that the instrumental is just basic. That's, you understand? That's just 3 or 4.
Continue singing.
She needs to make space on each track because her voice is why we are listening.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
When it comes to production in such conversations, right, like an album making and stuff like that, who is the star of the project? Is it the producer or the artist?
I think
in production, who's the star?
Because of what you are saying in terms of because I see what you're saying.
The producer should be flexible enough to add or take away anything necessary to enhance the final output, and the final output is worthless if the talent is not the star of the track.
Because there are times where we've heard people say, "Oh, you waste the beat."
Yeah,
that means the beat was so good.
You see, producers. We forget that producers are also some of the most emotional people you will meet in the creative space are graphics designers.
So let me give you an example.
Music producers.
Let me give you an example.
You understand?
Like Deba.
Right.
Now, I mean, Deba's rap style as compared to some of the great rappers out there we have in the country, but it's a style. But on a Hammer production, Hammer was able to let us enjoy Deba in a certain way that
because you see, I mentioned before that the more silence there is in a beat, the more creative the artist can be. Deba, there's a lot of space. Deba, boom. Then space, boom, boom. Then space, same thing with Countryside. Yeah. Right? There's so much space.
Yeah.
We are not playing. I have to play it. You see what happens on Countryside?
Yeah.
Then the space, so there's so much space. So when Black Hole comes with the rhythm, let's get the hands.
That is why the melody was shaking his head
exactly.
Like that.
So now you fall in love with the melody of Black Hole's chorus, even more than the melody of the beats.
Yeah, and sometimes I blame some engineers because they want to hear their works.
That's how,
yesterday, I think I put something in our group that Ricky was just making fun of about tags that producers put in songs. Yesterday, I mean, I was enjoying some song. I even forgot it was one of those random songs that popped up on Apple Music, and the engineers again. The engineer's name at the end was so loud. It's not the A one, so this one you know your name like
Beats did this song and you're listening to it today. If you want to call me on 0244.
I was like, really? So some engineers, and it's very tempting as a producer. Sometimes you are mixing a song and there's a string you played. You want to hear it. Yeah. So you push it so hard.
The best music has a producer who is in love with the talent skill.
Yeah.
So they are willing to do whatever the production needs to accentuate and elevate
their talent.
More like to work together.
Yeah. But there's also producers who, the beats, like I go like make those strings deal.
You see, that's what I'm saying.
But those strings are clashing with the person's voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand? But the producer is also in love with his beats. So manage them. You understand?
The conflict of interest is what I was talking about. And I just to add to what Cyril is saying, I feel like we sometimes don't pay attention to that kind of conversation because if both of you are struggling to be the star on the record, the consumer will lose out.
Yeah.
And I am actually looking at, so in that case, what happens? Is it the mix, the guy who does the final mix that says, you know what, I think we should take this one out?
So the guy who does the final mix needs to have access to the data for the sound.
The stems,
he needs to get the stems for the beat, and then he gets the stems for the vocals. Okay. So he can decide that, this place where Olele, they sing this high note. Make a J this cymbals where they, these drums where they there.
Yeah.
But you don't get that with a lot of producers. That's what I'm saying, that the producer will not even give you the stems. You want some changes, okay, you try Count Studio Mekwisi. He's already reluctant. He'll give you a log file.
That comes with, why should I give it to you to touch my work?
I had to touch my work. So there's a lot of ego and emotion, and it's a landmine. So to find a key, if you speak to every artist, they'll tell you that they love working with this producer. It's usually not because the producer is so capable and is the best producer in the world.
Allow them to be free.
Exactly. It's because the producer understands and is willing to do whatever it needs to bring out the best sound. So when you find a combination like Justin Timberlake and Timbaland, they know each other.
They know themselves.
JT
like
knows
Sam Snare and Black Sheriff. And now Joker and Black Sheriff.
Exactly. You remember Black Sheriff said it.
He said
that Joker did the room that they play anything. When you reach the room, Soldier. He said he went there and he told him change this, do that, blah blah, and he did it. And we had a hit with Soldier. Yeah. Another producer.
Will not allow that.
No, touch it.
How dare you?
So back to Enigma, the songs that had the most conservative type of beats in terms of instrument load made her vocal presence much more felt and made the music much more enjoyable. Those that had a lot of instrumentation had that clash with her voice. And there's nothing wrong with that, except for the fact that if you are pushing her as a vocal powerhouse, then you need to create space sonically for that voice
to come out.
To rule.
Yeah, to come out.
Great.
And also, just to quickly add that it's very interesting that the three artists that we were talking about today, Kobna, Sarkodie, and Wendy Shea, are perhaps having the same theme or same direction, doing songs that they have transitioned into as artists, and are leaving just a song or two to remind people that, hey, I know you know me as this artist, but this is what I'm actually doing. Like Sarkodie did with Confirm. He gave us, his new approach, piano style, and then dropped in Confirm, say, guys, I have not left it. I'm still there. So enjoy this one whilst you can enjoy the other songs. Wendy Shea has done that with Murder and Heaven. It's in there. Like, hey, I know you guys are trying to put me in the box, but I've done this for you. So just like, I think Sarkodie said it here that when he has to do a song like Confirm, he's thinking about his people in Kumasi. And that comment obviously has not gone well with our people in Kumasi.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was wrong.
Understand what the
talk about blowing things out of proportion. He didn't diss anybody. I mean, sometimes, right? I've been a media person for 2 hours, right? But we the media, we have to be responsible enough to speak when other media are ruining it for everybody.
Yeah.
Because the gentleman sat here and he made a statement that due to the way the Kumasi area is, their focus, their way of enjoying music, their style of music is different. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
that's the phrase. It's consumer behavior.
Kumasi. And I think one of the most patriotic towns in this country is that region. They love Kumasi loves what is theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
they own their stuff.
When you talk about owning the town, owning the city, and the way we do our things, it's just beautiful.
I think
so.
That's what Kumerica was born for.
Yes, that's why when they birthed Kumerica,
we were surprised and excited because it's not traditional to them.
You can't take something and force it down on them when they don't like it. Trust me, it wouldn't work. Takrady it's more
liberal.
It's liberal. It's flexible. You can throw in a hip hop. You can throw in a high life. You can throw in something. Anything.
Yeah, I went to a club in Takrady recently, and I was amazed by their consumption of music. They could
When
sing
did you go to the club in Takrady?
2 weeks ago. I've been in Takrady in the past 2 weeks.
I will come to that. I want to finish.
I went to the club West Writers. It's like a mall center. There's a club right there. Let me show you why I went to so that you don't get me wrong. So there's like a mall there. I've forgotten the name of the club, and it was so packed. And I was impressed by their
Can the camera capture the arms, please?
their consumption of music.
We are making up.
Like everything that was played, you see people jamming and singing to it. But to touch on that Sarkodie and then Cyril's comments about the media, look, somebody said a few minutes ago that you cannot alter people's thoughts and perceptions about things. How people want to react to things and how they react. However, let me give you an example away from Kumasi. I don't know how many people saw a performance of Mr. Drew, Sefa, and so in the Volta region.
No.
For the Hobechocho Festival?
Not Hobechocho. I think it was early this year or late last year. There was a performance. I don't remember what exactly. It took Agbeshi to get the crowd to jam.
Oh my days.
It will surprise you. I've seen a video like that.
Oh, is it the one that Mr. Drew was performing to the crowd and they were responding?
They were just standing looking at him.
Your man was dancing.
So what would you say about that? That's the Volta region, not Kumasi. What would you say about that?
Jeezy.
Oh, Charlie. Actually, but it was
looking at the guy. It took
everybody was.
They were there like, bro.
Who had to ignite
it
the
took
crowd?
Agbeshi, who is one of their own, to sing maybe in a language they understand.
No, but you know, Elwes like that as well.
That's what I'm saying. That forget about Kumasi issue with what Sarkodie said. Forget about. Stop making it about the Kumasi and Sarkodie issue. I'm just telling you that in every region,
they like their own.
There's a way they react to some of these things. Either they don't know the artist, they don't know the song. You might think that your song is big in Accra, so it's big.
One term that has come out from Kumasi that I just like to use but not to use. I don't know. Boy. Like I like that term.
Oh,
no, boy. What I
like before they say something.
Boy, who said
It's
like saying Charlie, you know.
Oh, I see.
And that's why I didn't understand exactly what the reaction was with
is what? It's from where?
Oh, it's from Sweden.
I think that's Fantio.
It's from Sweden.
And what does it mean? What does dream mean?
You hear
I honestly listen. I swear to God, I honestly don't know.
It means you hear your
you know that that's my interview.
Listen,
you have a lot of bloopers. I think she has a lot of bloopers.
You should do
to the shot. That's now.
You know you feel pain, but in this one is you hear. You will hear your pain.
That's the BGM.
BG has been on fire.
I think he's in the States now or so. I saw him doing a shout with Kwakesi.
Patopisi.
Yeah.
In the building. Jay, I just wanted to quickly add, whilst we wrap it up with Enigma, I just remembered that I realized that Wendy, for some reason, is introducing a lot of curse words in the lyrics. I'm not too sure what.
Is it new?
It's not new, but I hear too much. I hear too much.
No, I think it's the season. No, it's the season she's in as well.
Okay.
Because
like the break,
you know
she's
come out to tell us that she's been heartbroken and all of that. So I think it's a season for her. Maybe that will pass, and after it passes,
I told her that look, that your Survivor song would have been a great song that would have been used for education purposes and even become people's campaign tunes, but for the kind of words
I think that's where strategy comes to play.
You know, some of these things, especially if the song is meant for a certain purpose, sing it clean enough so that people can. I said to her here that the day she performed the song on the VGMA platform, I was cringing. Like in 24 or now we use
I don't know.
Except maybe her target audience are people who consume those kind of words. But I can't play that in the presence of my father.
Yeah. No, you know what artists do as well, when they have to put their emotions into the songs. And their life experiences into songs. That's what I'm saying. I think it's the period.
Let me disagree.
Why do you disagree?
Thank you.
No, it's just how she's feeling at the moment.
Thank you. Ask contestant number 1. She said she disagrees, so I want to answer. Why do I disagree?
People are feeling a certain way about whatever is happening in their lives. We are here when Kwame Eugene comes to say that he did single because that's what's happening in his life at the moment. He didn't use any curse words, but also people emote to things differently. People react to things differently.
Like there's one that just used the B word. Which of the songs?
Two of her songs she's done that in. You get what I mean? I think it's just the time she's in. That's
Ruthless
all.
or the compa. Ruthless. I like that track.
Okay, I would like to make a submission. So,
honorable.
Here is possible that she can emote as much as she wants. I rap, and I swear, bloody. right? But when you know the strategy behind your song, you either do an alternative mix that has cleaner words, or you do a clean mix that a producer works on, so that it can travel further. Even Eminem has clean songs.
Yeah.
Nas, Jay-Z, 50
we
Cent,
rarely see that from our artists, though. Explicit content.
Yes,
for those who
And
want
the
to
clean ones
because
for
why
radio.
would you think Eminem, probably the most selling rap artist on the planet in history, would go to the extent of minus all his success and still censor his songs? Because the fact remains that censored songs or cleaner songs travel further than explicit songs, because not everybody is in that emotional space.
I want to listen to all that
and emote with you, the singer,
Not
at the
everybody
same
has
time.
that tolerance.
You see, when you are playing Black Sheriff's
Soldier,
who never hands in the air,
Yeah.
when you are alone in your car, it kind of stings a bit.
Yeah.
When you're alone and you're listening to that song, you don't get that euphoria moment unless you're in a crowd. When you're in a crowd and they play that song, the emotional connection exists. So who never everybody goes, hey, because the emotional space is different. So even that Black Sheriff song, if there was a cleaner version for that line, that could maintain that kind of fun as well. People would even turn up that space. But when you listen to it alone, it's different from when you listen to it with the crowd. Because the emotional connections are different. So for Wendy Shay, if it's a breakup song and she really wants to tell the guy how should they feel, and you're a girl or you're a guy and you want to wear your headphones and sit on your porch and soak it and really also connect emotionally, she should swear more. You understand? Because the connection is there. But guess what? If you're at the family barbecue and you are playing the nobody's going to turn the music on. So as an artist, that right that you have to express yourself, however, now becomes a limitation to how your potential fans can interact with your
talking
music.
about music that you positions relationship issues or speaks to relationship issues. The setup by Obi Trice.
I know Oba saying this.
It's the lyrics of the song has about 99.9% cuss words. And when you're listening to the radio version, you just hear the first word of the beginning and then the end of the song. All you hear is beep, 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 beep all through. But yes, Cyril has a great point with regards to, and I think Missy has mentioned that.
Yeah, and I think
radio, because DJs in Ghana have complained bitterly about this issue of artists, always presenting the song without the uncensored versions available. And then it makes radio airplay a problem.
Very difficult.
But also that brings to mind the question, does the artist want to even promote their song on radio?
I mean,
the
why would you want you?
The approach is changing of late.
This is your home ground.
I think that's another conversation we're going to have, because I dare say that Shatta Wale sort of started a certain revolution against media houses and encouraging that you can push your thing on social media.
But he still comes back to the media. We should be careful some of these things.
No,
he still comes back to promote music.
I was wondering how long, how many minutes will go
Shatta Wale
before Jefoli brought up Shatta Wale. I'd like to tell you that
does not
the
come
time
on
is
radio
46
and
minutes.
TV.
We went 46 minutes before he brought up Shatta Wale.
Shatta Wale does not come on radio and TV to promote his music.
So what does he come to do?
No, there might be
controversial
issues to come to speak on.
But
has never come on to say that I've released a new song titled On God, so go and play it. It just might be a passing comment, but that's not the purpose.
So it must
with
be
that
a
one, I can
passing
fight for
comment.
him. I will stand up. In fact, I want to stand up and
to argue this out because
I mean, give me the instance where Shatta has gone on an interview specifically to promote his songs.
Really?
I personally do not remember,
because it doesn't exist.
I don't remember, but
it doesn't exist. So he believes in digital media,
So
promotion.
when he releases and he goes on a media tour. He goes on a media tour.
Which media tour has he been on?
No, Shatta Wale hardly.
Goes on a media tour.
Enigma.
Hardly.
Videos. Which ones do you think we would have videos
We have a beef we didn't finish
Please,
yesterday.
I don't have any beef with
No,
you.
yesterday we were having a discussion.
Okay, now you can expand that discussion if you want, because the other people here.
What are you
I think
talking
this
front
guy-
and back end? Or
No.
I think this guy was shying away.
Yesterday
from the
was
truth.
about.
So you can ask Olele.
It was about.
It's about what?
I'm not speaking to that issue.
You recall the issue?
I know that Shatta Wale goes to the Volta region and refuses to perform at Hugbicha
Oh, I didn't shy away from it.
And cite 2 reasons. And I said, I am not concerned about he refusing to do media interviews.
No.
But I am concerned
Let me make my
about
statement.
royalty being rubbish.
Let me make my statement.
You know,
Since
that's
Ms.
my
G,
concern.
Okay.
Since Ms. G wants to throw me under the bus.
We will say that for the first 5 minutes of the conversation.
I won't speak to it again. I've said my mind already. So maybe they can share their
No, I support Ms. G. I just wanted to streamline her statement for her. But she got it the wrong way. Babe, I'm on your side.
But that's will only happen if we agree that we have exhausted
Wendy Shea. I want to move on to Wendy Shea and music videos.
So the reason why I brought
Please, you're
up
not
the
playing videos. How do you move on to that?
Wendy should understand, or the team should understand that. I don't know what kind of analytics they have, but if you look at the stats, or you look at the kind of people in terms of the ages or the age group that listen to her music, some of them are young ladies that are younger than 18,
impressionable.
You get me? And some of these ones would like to listen to songs in their car with their mom, with their dad, you know. And so for a lady who has always said that she wanted to be a beacon of a better hair and ladies to look up to, the more reason why she had to even rebrand the way she dressed and all that. I mean, it's not just about the outlook, it's about the song she put out there as well. So give the consumer the opportunity to choose. If the consumer is, like she was saying, in the mood to cast out, they have the opportunity to listen to your
No, but she's done that on the EP. She's giving you the opportunity to choose. It's not all of the songs on the EP that she's casting in.
I'm talking about the explicit contents on the EP. It's
what I'm saying. It's not all of the songs she's casting.
So if maybe, for example, it's Heaven or it's Murder, and you are casting out there, give us an EP that does not have the casting out there, so the people can enjoy the entire project. Instead of just giving, because the other songs,
or enjoy some songs.
No, the thing is,
for clarification, it's not a Wendy Shea problem. Sack 2 said that
but that is depends.
There's a lot of explicit on Sack's jams as well.
He said the F word a couple of times. No, it's a different thing. That is well rapped.
Bro, you're a rapper.
You know how. It takes somebody who understands.
Hold on.
Listen,
please, one at a time. Yes.
The F word.
Okay.
It's on jams.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And there's no rap that justifies that in the wrong setting.
Right.
If you and I are listening to it and fully and we are jamming, we don't care.
Of course.
Right? But the song is going to be consumed in public spaces and all that.
That's
so even the same way we are advising Wendy Shea that there should be explicit and there should be PG rated versions, it applies to all our musicians.
That's
because if even the landlord has not given us censored and uncensored version,
there's a problem.
Thank you. That's all I'm saying.
That's a big problem. So
no, to the songs or to the bodies of work, like to the entire
thing. Is that on the body of work, you cannot preempt what the fans will love. So just do the needful and have the songs on deck. Clean versions. When something starts to pick up, you make the clean version available to the DJs, the radio stations, blah, blah, because a song can pick up digitally. But we can swear 24/7. Nobody cares online.
See,
right? But you also want that success that is doing on TikTok to transcend to mainstream media. And it's not now you are going to start editing.
You know the interesting thing? We've seen some of our big men or politicians use some of our artist songs, and they've made money out of it, right? And I'm thinking that, look, the reason why we are asking for this is because we are even getting closer to election season. I mean, they're
going to steal songs again.
You know, and as an artist going into such a season, you want to be able to position your song in a way that even if they steal your song, you can make some cash out of it. All this is part of it because we know the music industry does not pay. You get me? Like, the
music industry does not pay.
Hey, it's 52.
One of the reasons why I salute Shatta Wale, right, is because of Mahama
Please
Paper.
repeat that statement.
One of the reasons.
Yes.
One
that
of the reasons.
It's
because.
Why are you cutting the guy when? Why are you singing
I'm singing that song for you?
You see, Mahama Paper was a very. Like, it's one of the songs that you want to use as a case study. Strategic. As to whether Shatta Wale is a Mahama fan or not.
He said his father is an NDC.
I can speak for him.
Whatever.
But he used to be. By himself,
so you grew up in an NDC home, perhaps.
But he dropped Mahama Paper because at that time Mahama was in power, and then we were chopping Mahama Paper. Like the same way we see Kufuor Gallon, we see Kufuor Gallon. The artists at the time knew that, okay, I didn't know maybe the politician or the political parties will use it for their campaign songs. But we saw the crowd he performed to. That is even if they're not listening to Shatta Wale, that audience, Shatta Wale is going to get about 20 or 30% from that audience and add it to his
No,
audience.
no. So I want to understand this. Are you saying that the musicians should do clean songs, having political parties in mind?
No. I'm just giving an
because
example.
Just give an example.
An example.
Okay.
They could also use the song for
'Cause
song
I'm
licensing
trying
or
to get
song syncing. Your song can be used for a movie. It could use for an advert. Like these are some of the these are some of the things you make. Like some of the things you make money from. King Promise
He's
is
louder.
King Promise is an ambassador for EcoBank, right? And he's also an ambassador for Hisense.
Forever.
There is a song they have remade. It's his own song, but they've remade the song to fit
the brand.
Because
the product,
it's you get me. So if artists do not think in this manner, and they come back to say they are not making money from their music, it's because you have not paid attention to some of these.
I actually wish we had enough time to have. Okay, go ahead, please.
I just wanted to play the devil's advocate because with King Promise's song, it was remade.
Yeah.
So with whichever song that the brand wants to use, they can equally.
Example, you wouldn't have
that.
like a song like Black Sheriff's whoever. Now for that song,
that's the only part that has the.
No, I'm coming.
The cuss
So for
word
that
in
song,
it.
for example, I mean, if I'm a brand person or a marketing person at the company, and there's a product I want to associate, the song at the end of the day, it might be a popular song, but because maybe it carries that F word, I know some brands are very particular about.
They won't even think
want
the way
to
you're
go
thinking
close
that,
to it
we
because
can redo the
I do
song
not
or
want
something.
my brand to be associated with an F word, in
Some
any
of them
way.
don't even know that you can even redo the song to fit
Yes,
the
they
brand.
wouldn't even
But as soon as they hear
think it's
F
in
word
such
in there,
lines.
they're like,
Hold on.
And it
with
goes
what
a long
you've
way
said,
to defeat.
Jay, with what you've just said, right? Brands will go in for what they want,
right,
and make it suitable for them. I'll use Shatawale as an example. Again, people think that Shatawale's brand is some sort of way. He's aggressive, he's violent, he's a controversial musician. But there are people who he caters to. There are brands who still reach out to him to,
So let me chip something in. I may not be privy to
and all
this
of that.
level of detail, but look at the engagements. Some of these brands engaged him at a certain point, but as at now,
it's reduced.
It may have reduced as one. It may have reduced. It may be he doesn't want to engage. It also may be that these contracts, these contracts maybe have a certain time frame, and when they end, they might not renew. I mean, there are so many things to it.
Just saying, the brands can.
I want to bring us around to strategy.
Yes, please hurry up. It's about Shatta because we won't talk about Shatawale.
So I want to talk about strategy, including Shatawale. Shatawale, Stone, Wendy, Sack, everybody, right? I want to reference Burna Boy's Last. There's not a single cuss word in the song. And then immediately after the song hits its pinnacle, he went and started his cannabis business
breakfast.
that leveraged on the sense of the song, which was breakfast. Now that song is the way it is because it had strategy. I'm going to mention 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 names. And these are the 12 people who wrote this song. Including, let me just mention one person's name, including Harvey Mason Jr. You know Harvey Mason Jr. We met Harvey Mason Jr.
The Grammy
guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
he
credited as
influenced-
a songwriter on Last.
Yeah.
And there's not a single cuss word. And the most repeated line on the song goes directly to promote breakfast. I need Igbo and Shayo. That is in the song 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times. That line, I need Igbo and Shayo, it's in the song that many times. And that is the take home when you are done listening to that song. Yeah. When people talk about the song, everybody say, I need Igbo and Shayo. And then the guy goes off to go and start a company that sells Igbo called breakfast.
I don't think they planned it
I'm not
when
saying
they were singing it because
no. I didn't say they planned
I'll
it.
give credit to
I'm not saying they
the
planned
Rain
it
album
ahead.
where it empowered and employed and gave opportunity for people to make merchandise out of the album. You understand? So we can't downplay. I mean,
Shatawale for holding awards, Shatawale best fan awards. Or
I
something.
told him I was giving him 2 minutes because he was omitting Shatawale.
Shatta, if you are listening to us,
he used 4 minutes and he didn't add Shatta to it. So I had to bring him back.
My point is the success.
Making points.
Yeah, the success is based on strategy. Because the more you are strategic, the more you can do with the song.
Yeah.
The cracker of that.
I agree. And that's
the
why.
of that. Wendy is now at
Come on.
132.
It's gone to
accurate statistics.
Wow. It's gone from 131 at the beginning of the conversation to
132.2.
Yeah.
It will grow.
Right.
That's
All
what
right.
I'm just trying to
I think is it streams?
Yeah, the streams on Boomplay.
Wow.
Stream.
The EP.
Also, I think
Wendy's EP.
playlisting will do well for Wendy as well. I
Right.
mean, those who create music and playlist music.
Anyway,
on these
yes,
charts, I think
our time is up. We have to wrap up. We've had a very great conversation here, digesting, and I think it's been good. Equal share of time for Wendy Shea's album as well as we did for Sarkodie yesterday. Tomorrow we'll do Kwabena Kwabena as well. So we entreat you to just go and listen to the album. It's Famisa. It's on all digital platforms. Let's support our own. Let's encourage it. And in wrapping up in the next 30 seconds, I want to remind you again about Arts Appreciation, which is happening here this weekend on Saturday, 4 p.m. Appreciating art and the people behind the scenes who make you, love some of the things you see. They're the quiet ones. Then finally, Hogbe Chocho. With Miss G. Jay continues after the show off air.
Shatta, go and greet the Chiefs. Go and greet the Chiefs. Come on now. Come on.
Hey, I don't want to touch that issue because it's a very sensitive issue.
Yeah.
However, we have enough money to refund. So
he should refund.
We'll be giving but it's not a problem.
The money that Shatta has taken, has he refunded them?
It's not a problem. We have bigger things to refund, not this one.
Hey.
Or Rick, I like. On that note, our time is up and we have to go. Thank you very much and hope you've enjoyed the show.